All right, we're live with another Cartridge Club Hangout. I'm here with Eric. How's it going?
Oh, good, good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I am. We are still. You can probably maybe see behind me. We have got all kinds of Black Friday stuff to deal with.
Oh yeah, I've got a few things next to me for later for that.
Yeah, boxes of stuff.
You said before we went live that you won't be on for long. If that ends up like being before pickups, I'll just show you what I grabbed.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So, how's your week been?
Well, I've been working on my videos, so it's been a little bit, a lot of time spent on YouTube, honestly, or working on videos.
Yes.
So, yeah. Other than that, it's been good. Good. We're getting ready. Cartridge Club stream is coming up.
That's on Friday.
Friday through Sunday.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be
Yes,
interesting
sir.
with that because of the Game Awards and the Kind of Funny Showcase being over the same weekend.
Oh boy. I thought the Game Awards they're on. I thought they were on Thursday.
Oh right, they are on Thursday. Kind of Funny Showcase
Okay.
is Saturday.
I don't know. I don't know what that is. Kind of Funny Showcase. Is that what you said?
Kind of Funny Games. It's like Greg Miller and a bunch of people.
Oh.
Their show and Greg jokingly after PlayStation announced the cancellation of PSX, they said, "Oh, we should do our own thing." And then a bunch of people got a hold of him. It's like, "Hey, are you actually going to do this?" And it's like, "Okay, sure, I'll do it." And so they're putting on their own like game showcase of new releases. There's apparently like 60 some odd titles that they've got to show, and they actually do have reveals and stuff. Like
Really?
they've only gotten one leak so far. Thank you, Walmart Canada, again.
Oh, was it Walmart again? Yeah. Well, I don't know if
actually no, it wasn't. It was Toe Jam and Earl. They announced the release date for it. They were going to do that on the showcase, but the developers wanted to put it up for pre-order on PlayStation. They realized it requires putting a date in. So if they wanted to do their marketing rollout the way they wanted to do it, they had to push a trailer out, release the date, and just reveal everything. But there's going to be a different trailer on the showcase.
Okay.
I think the Walmart Canada thing was something else.
Yeah, all right. I don't know. I guess I've been out of the loop a little bit. I haven't been paying much attention to VGA stuff, although I guess I heard some things. But
yeah, I only know so much about the showcase and everything because I watch Kind of Funny Games daily. They're just obviously daily news show.
How long is that?
It's about an hour, I think.
Every day they do an hour show?
They do 2, and then they record other podcasts. Like they have a morning show, which is different hosts. Usually, Nick Scarpino is the main host, and it's rotating other hosts. And so they just do like a morning, like entertainment news show type thing. And then that's at 11 Pacific, so our time. And then at noon they do the Kind of Funny thing. But that goes up later on YouTube, and that's usually how I end up watching it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to look at this. It's called, what is it called? Kind of Funny something?
Yeah, it's just Kind of Funny. But the shows are
Kind of Funny.
Yeah, I think they've got 2 channels, Kind of Funny and Kind of Funny Games. So like Kind of Funny will have like the morning show and other such like that, but Kind of Funny Games is all the gaming related stuff.
Wow.
They do the live stream on Twitch.
Okay.
Wow, yeah, it's good.
Every day?
Yep.
Jeez, okay.
Except for the weekends, obviously.
Yeah. And you said it was Greg Miller and what was the other guy? Max something?
No, the daily game show is Greg Miller and just rotating co-hosts. Like Andrea Renee from What's Good Games. She was the co-host today.
Okay, and, I know who she is.
I'm brain farting on other names, but they they have a semi-jokey name for Witta Wednesday, where they have Gary Whitta on, who was I think, either the writer or one of the writers of Rogue One.
Oh, really? Okay.
But apparently he's a games guy, so they have him on most every week.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's just a rotating thing of hosts.
Oops. All right.
Yeah, I only recently got into them, but I had heard about them for a while.
Let's see here. Yeah, okay. Well, I know Greg Miller came from, wasn't he an IGN guy?
Yeah. This is all stuff that happened after him leaving IGN.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, I went to a Patreon. No. Kindafunny.com. Okay. So it's on Twitch?
It's on Twitch Live, and then after the archive goes up on their YouTube pages.
Okay.
And then they have regular podcasts like Game Over Greggy and
yeah, I saw that.
Kind of Funny Games Cast. I don't usually watch the regular podcasts just because the daily shows take up so much time on their own. Okay. Along with other podcasts I deal with.
Yeah.
The good thing about the daily shows they do is it's more of a daily news thing. So if you miss one, you don't necessarily have to go back and watch it because it's just the day's news. It's not necessarily a podcast.
Yeah, right. All right.
Oh. So that was me randomly shilling Kind of Funny for 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's all right. I'd never heard of it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just playing a mission of Warframe on Switch while I was waiting for people.
Warframe?
Yeah.
Okay.
More stuff you haven't heard of.
Yeah, I apparently, yeah.
No, it's fine.
Apparently, I've not heard of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's the Switch version just came out. It's a free-to-play third-person shooter type game, but an actually good one. The microtransaction system in it is one of the most fair you'll ever find. They don't bug you about it, and most stuff can be earned. The only thing I've really seen that's necessary to pay real money for, and they give you 50 of the primary, premium currency right off the bat. They usually do promos, so you can get more that way. And the best thing I've seen to use that for is getting more slots for your Warframe, which is your different suits and characters you can play as, and weapons. And they're really cheap. Like, unlocking the slot for another character, you get 2 right away, 1 for your starter and 1 for the next one you can build. And the next one is 20 of the premium credits. So you can get like another Warframe and 4 or so more weapon slots without paying anything.
Okay.
Just like good. It's good. And yeah, they do a lot of promos and stuff, but you can basically build everything else. But the Switch version came out, so I figured that's the best thing to test this with, the Pro controller.
Oh, nice. You got a Pro?
Huh?
Cool.
Yeah.
I just said you got a Pro controller. That's cool.
I'm just going to finish this mission, but we can talk. It's early on in the game. I'm not all concerned about dying. It's a good game, too. They did a no-clip documentary that's really good. They're a Canadian company. They also worked on like the original Unreal Tournament and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Okay. Ugh.
The only real downside to it, other than occasionally maybe needing to spend real money, which it's one of those games where you kind of want to instead of have to because you want to support them because everything's so fair in it and the game's really good. But I haven't done so yet. But The only real downside is there's no cross compatibility in terms of your accounts carrying over. And that's I think that's a thing that they want to do, but they just haven't been able to yet. For one reason or another. They've got the PC version is the main one, so they get updates first. And then PS4 and Xbox, they get updates next. Switch is one update behind right now, but they're trying to sync it up. And the Switch port was done by Panic Button, so it's almost identical. They actually found code while making the Switch port that made the other console versions smoother.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like, hey, we found this workaround, and they gave it to Digital Extremes, and they implemented it in all the other versions.
Cool. All right.
It is kind of impenetrable at first because they don't explain things well. But between wikis and YouTube videos and a helpful community, you get used to it fairly fast.
All right. Is it on? Did you say it was online multiplayer?
Yeah, but you can play most of it solo. It's PvE, not PvP.
Okay.
Like you're automatically, whenever you enter a mission, it will start matchmaking you with people. But all you have to do to stop that is, I think, it would be triangle or Y or X, depending on what console you're playing, and that'll while you're in your ship, and then that'll open up the matchmaking like settings, and you can set it to solo.
Okay.
The only mode I would really encourage just teaming with random people just to get it done is interceptions, because it's like the controlling 4 points thing, and it's a pain in the ass solo. You can usually avoid them, but when you have to do them, it's just like, okay, turn on matchmaking, don't talk to anybody, and get this over with. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't buy very much Switch stuff this Friday.
Neither did I. There just wasn't much.
Oh, I agree. I don't think there was very much out there.
Yeah, I showed the other thing last week was Kirby.
What's it called? Kirby and the
Star Allies. That went down to 50 Canadian. Probably like 40 US.
That's the one that's a few months old, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's been out for a few months, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it came out this year, but I don't remember how long ago. It feels like forever ago at this point.
Okay, yeah. It's probably not as long as I think, but I know it's pretty recent, but it didn't just come out. It's been out for a little bit.
No, it's been out for a few months. It's not the most exciting platform in the world, but I like Kirby, and that's fun every once in a while just to have something easy.
Yeah. I always try to grab the Kirby games.
Yeah, I haven't on
they're good to grab on sale.
Yeah, I haven't on 3DS and everything. Damn it! Oh, that's the first time I've failed one of those puzzles. Darn you, Nintendo, and your weird backwards controls.
Oh yeah, I'm noticing that too.
I keep backing out of the puzzle. Damn it!
Yeah. Is my typing coming through the mic?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's not annoying.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to get some files sorted out here. Rename all these guys. Well, I don't know where everybody is.
What are you trying to do?
I got a bunch of files. I got off my camera, so I'm just giving them names as opposed to just the random numbers they get. Tremendously time consuming. But it's something I can do while mostly paying attention to the Hangout, but honestly, it's just you and me, so we can just sit here and do our thing. And
yeah, I'm gonna stop this game as soon as I finish this mission. I just was in the middle of it, so I want to finish it off.
Sure, yeah, no problem. do you think you'll check out the stream next week? You're not on the schedule, are you?
No.
Are you streaming? Okay.
No. But I'll try and check out as much of it as I can.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you do Hangouts every week, so I don't know.
Yeah.
You see these guys all the time, or you know what I mean. It'll be fun though. I don't know if this is the way we're going to get people to jump into the Hangouts, though.
Yeah, no. This is the
just
part
sitting
that
here.
the three
That's
people that watch these back will skip through.
Yeah, that's all right.
One of many, I'm sure.
I always tell myself I'm going to go back and watch some of the stuff I missed, but then I never end up doing it.
Yeah.
Not never. I occasionally do, but more often than not, I don't quite get back to it. And this time of the month, man, you know, everybody's got their podcasts coming out.
Mm.
Hey, Cody.
Hey, Cody.
Konnichiwa. What are you guys doing?
Not much. Mostly just...
Both just sitting here doing our own thing, chatting a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to finish a mission of Warframe before shutting it off. And otherwise, we're just kind of waiting for other people to join.
Yeah, I was looking at your tweet. It was like it from an hour ago with the link.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I was bad about giving the heads up again.
Oh.
I only did it an hour or so before.
I always anticipate it happening on Tuesday sometime, so.
It does happen at around the same time every week.
Yeah, it's pretty consistent. People might need a heads up, but I'm like, oh yeah, it's Tuesday. It's Hangouts Day.
Yeah, but people are busy and lose track of time and stuff like that. So more heads up is good.
Get a watch.
Set an alarm.
Yeah, set an alarm. Come on, what is this? Jeez. Too many damn files I got to name here. Crony.
So how's it going, Cody?
Oh, good. I got to reload, though. Let me jump back in. I'll be right back.
Of course, the mission I'm playing before before this started up is like kill 71 enemies. So it's taking way longer than it should.
All right.
And you're back.
Yeah, I had to readjust my my mic here. I think it's working. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, we can.
No, not much going on. Just been busy just studying that EMT course. Feel like I got some kind of bug. Isn't feeling too well today. What about you, Eric?
Not have a bug.
No, you've been hanging out, or?
I was telling Fitnet I've been working on my videos. Not quite as far along as I'd like to be on them. I have a lot of work to do still. Probably won't be doing 30 days of videos anymore.
Yeah, it'll clog up the whole schedule.
Yeah.
The
It is taking a lot of time.
Speaking of taking a lot of time, huzzah, I can go to extraction and end this damn mission.
Which one to keep? Hmm.
Oh.
I gotta check something. Well,
I'm liking the Pro controller so far.
yeah, they're nice.
A little bit of an adjustment, but dude.
I should be getting on Friday the Super Smash bundle for Switch with the Pro controller.
Nice.
Yeah, I went ahead and ordered it because I had Gamers Club, which is 20% off, and because it was a game included, they normally don't do it for hardware, but because there was a game included, they gave me 20% off. So it's effectively like also getting 20% off the controller. So I went ahead and did that. Anyway, so I got another. Whoa, I got another one of those coming.
Huh?
A Pro controller, I mean.
Oh man.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why I couldn't build this weapon, and I have to get the second mastery rank, which I am nowhere near doing. Later. That's not happening right now. Just have to level up a whole bunch of crap.
So I finally got my game room all done. I just need to run a Ethernet cable in here through the ceiling.
Did you tweet any pictures of it?
Not yet. I was thinking about doing like a 360 picture or something.
Do a whole thing. Do a video.
I need to do a video, man. I've been working actually on an intro. So when I actually do start doing some videos, I got some shots done already of like the intro that I want to do.
Cool.
I think there's a couple more things I want to try to shoot, and then I'm going to put it all together, and then I got to edit it and all that. And
yeah,
there's some filters and stuff I want to do to it. And
filters. Wow, that's fancy. Yeah, that sounds good, man. I'd love to see some videos.
well, make it look like a Sega CD filter, compression.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So. Dude, I really like how you get your quality in your Sega Master System cuts. How you doing that?
You mean the game capture?
Yeah.
It's I have RGB with a FrameMeister.
Okay.
So it's from the real system, and I got a FrameMeister earlier this year and bought some cables, and yeah, it's I love it. I love RGB, or I love the upgrading quality. I don't know. Yeah, the frame. Yeah, I like the FrameMeister. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought about getting an OCCSS, whatever, or OSCC, whatever they're called. But ultimately, the FrameMeister, I saw it on Amazon. I'm like, I thought these things were supposed to be gone, so I just ordered one. Anyway, that's what it is. It's RGB with a FrameMeister. So, unfortunately, yeah, I don't have RGB for every system. So, yeah, not everything's going to capture that well.
Yeah, I want to get one of those FrameMeisters. Where'd you get it at?
I got it on Amazon.
Amazon? Do they have like an actual dedicated website?
Amazon. What do you mean? Amazon.com? What are you talking about?
No, the
FrameMeister.
Yeah, the frame.
Oh, they might. It's in Japanese. I don't know what this was. I think I ordered it from the company, but they had a thing on Amazon, so I just grabbed it through there.
They got
That's
one
part
of
the reason.
XRGB Mini.
Yeah. That's what
Okay.
it is. Let me double check. I think
Man,
it's
that
something.
thing was freaking expensive, bro.
It was expensive. Yeah, it was expensive. I think I might have overpaid for it, but see what they're going for now. No, that's about what I paid. $370. Micom Soft FrameMeister XRGB Mini. Yeah. I just ordered. That's one of the things. I mean, I trust Amazon. I got a pretty good thing with them. So it was Prime. It was something. I might have gotten a deal. I might have gotten a discount or something. No
Hey,
fuss, no
Russell,
muss.
chat.
Oh, hi. Hey, Mike. Anyway, yeah. And then I ordered the I spoke to Base Guy, and I spoke to Scott. I don't know if you've met him, Cody. Scott, VG Collectaholic, and I was asking him. I might have asked Will too, Watts, about XRGB or RGB, and they said there's basically two places. There's a place in the U.S. that does it. And there's a place in the U.K. And at the time I did it, the place in the U.K. had them in stock, and they were ready to ship out. So that's who I ordered it from.
So are you using an XR? Are you using an RGB cable into that FrameMeister then?
Yeah. So you have to buy a little adapter because in the front that RGB in, I think it's called a SCART. It's called a SCART plug. The one that they use. Huh?
I do have a SCART, and like the way I do it is I do the SCART to an adapter that puts it to an HDMI source.
Yeah, that's what the FrameMeister does.
I still think that I think that's the best. But you got your cable and it goes to your FrameMeister, and then does the FrameMeister have its own software package, or do you use it?
Nothing that I can get to. It's. I mean, yes, it's. I'm sure that software controlled on the internals. There's a lot of options for it. I'm not sure what you mean by software. Oh, you mean for the PC?
No, the FrameMeister. Does it have a software disk or something that comes with it?
No.
Okay. So you get it to read, you capture it in.
No, it's not a capture device.
OBS or.
No, it's not a capture device. It's just an upscaler converter to HDMI.
That's it?
Yeah, it doesn't do capture.
Oh,
it takes RGB, S-video component. It's got a bunch of options, and it turns it into HDMI. That's all it does.
I don't know if it's worth that then, dude. I thought that thing was like a capture.
No. I have a separate capture device, which
comes
with
you
the
capture
software
old
package.
consoles on HDMI, which is a thing.
Yeah.
It's like mostly for like getting things to look as smooth as they can on modern televisions.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's pretty customizable from what I understood is what somebody was telling me, or from what I seen on a review, that somehow they could get it to do whatever they wanted at certain frame rates and things like that. But
yeah, Retro Revolution's Jared in the chat has he says it's because there's virtually no lag is why it's so sought after. I assume that means input lag, like button press to action on screen.
Oh, I don't know,
It's
dude.
a big problem with upscalers. And it's specifically designed for gaming. That's chiming in from Ryan.
Rocket?
Yeah. And Mike asked what capture card you guys use.
I wonder if there's any FrameMeisters out there yet.
Well, yeah, there's that OS open source captures thing, and
you guys have the chat open?
I don't. I do. I'm not looking at it at the moment.
Okay.
The YouTube one?
Answer Mike's.
Yeah.
Huh?
Here, will you?
Yeah, YouTube chat.
I gotta freaking open that again, I guess.
To answer Mike's question, I use a Hapag PVR Rocket, and the reason I use that is because it can record directly to a USB. It didn't require a PC because I didn't have a PC near my setup at the time I bought it. The problem with it is that it doesn't really do a good job of understanding a lot of the old consoles. Like it does the NES fine because that's what everybody cares about, but it could not do. I could not get it to sync properly on the Genesis, and so the FrameMeister solves all that problems because now I can just do everything into the Hapag and HDMI, which it has no problem with. I don't have any more capture problems with that.
Perfect. I think that's the one exactly he mentioned there, the Hapag HD Rocket.
Yeah, I've had problems with it, but not now that I have a FrameMeister, it works great.
You know,
it only captures at 30 frames.
I got a Hapag PVR for like $10 at a pawn shop, and like the thing is like so finicky. I feel like I can't even use it sometimes.
Yeah, that's similar to my experience.
I mean, I've got it to work, but I don't know. Maybe I'm using the software that came with it. It's like
it's pretty finicky.
Image Soft or Sparkle Soft or I don't know, some weird software.
Follow-up question from Mike: does the Hapag have any lag when using other consoles other than NES?
I don't know if I've noticed a lot of lag with it.
I think he was talking about the OSSC, actually. I think he was responding to Jared. Whoops. Whatever.
Oh, yeah, I don't know anything about the OSSC.
OSSC? So is that something you can buy on like eBay then?
I don't know where you can get it, but it requires a lot of user. It's an open source device, so it's not, you're going to have to mess with it and figure it out and configure it. And
yeah, once you open the chat, you'll probably get a follow-up to that.
Is it a scan converter?
Yeah, I think that's what
that's what it's called. OSSC, yeah, open source scan converter.
Okay.
Check that out. And it's probably pretty comparable to the FrameMeister, and it's a lot cheaper, but you're gonna have to put the work in to get it to work, to set it up. And that's not to say you don't have to do that with the FrameMeister, but
yeah,
FrameMeister's been around for a lot longer, and people have templates and they have configurations that I just downloaded and put in there. Anyway, yeah, it's just what you want to prioritize. But yeah, I would look into the open source scan if you're interested.
Yeah, Jared's going to come on to explain the stuff.
There you go.
Get in here, Jared. Get in here. Musty's streaming.
He's streaming?
Yeah, he's testing how to stream on Twitch.
As a trail.
Twitch.
Whatever.
I'm sure he'll be on later.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought that was hilarious on your video, just knocking over Govelius like that. I was like, jeez, I can't believe that.
I love Govelius. Don't get me wrong. It's one of my favorites. But yeah.
Where the heck's Liam at? Is that, or not Liam, the mechanic guy who fixes stuff?
Yoshi or Jared?
Yoshi.
Yeah, I don't know where he is. Hey, Jared.
Back at school.
So basically, long story short, is FrameMeister is your most stable option if you just want a plug and play solution. You do still need to work with it a bit, but the community support on that is huge. Open source scan converter does pretty much everything, has less lag, but there's two options. You can buy it for about £250 from England built, or you can build it yourself for about 125, but you probably won't be able to build it unless you can drag solder. And then you need to put all the firmware and stuff on yourself. And the original one had a DVI port, not a HDMI port, because they had to get around licensing issues. So they went to a HDMI after they sold a lot of them, but the older versions will have DVI, and then you need to convert it to HDMI port anyway. But as far as a better solution, if you can get the OSSC to work, it's far better. There's next to no input lag. Like, I'm talking comparable to the FrameMeister. And I jammed one on every single retro console they had at PAX, which was nearly all of them, for about 3 days straight, and it shit all over the FrameMeister. But like Eric said, you're going to have to put in a ton of groundwork. So unless you're like savvy with that stuff, I wouldn't recommend it.
So basically, FrameMaster, not quite as good, costs more, but far less work.
And the OSS.
It's like the end user who's just a consumer who wants to buy something at the shop that'll pretty much go, the FrameMaster's the one for you.
Yeah.
But remember, anytime you look at these cheap upscalers or anything like that, it depends on how much you really care. Like, I built a thing a long time ago called an SDGH, which had all these things converted into it, and I never ended up releasing it because the input lag was terrible. So the problem is the moment you put it into a high definition TV, you can have a doubling up effect as well, where your TV can also have to process image as well. See, some TVs will end up with double lag effect if they're not talking to each other properly. There's handshaking technology in some of these stuff, and if it's not there, then you end up with worse than if you were trying to go direct. So some of these cheaper options may look like, oh great, yeah, no, I can put my composite to HDMI generally has no lag, but when you start doing like RGB and component and things like that, that's when you get real problems. The composite does have a little bit, but it's negligible. And you'll find that when you try to convert from RGB to HDMI or from composite to HDMI, if you use bad upscalers, all your color palettes will come out really poor as well, and you'll get artifacting and things like that, where your image will look shaky and you'll get a lot of color bleed. So depends how into it you are as to what you want to get out of the image. Like some people are like video files where they'll pick up everything, but for me, I'll go grab a $30 upscaler, and if I'm just playing something like an RPG or something for an hour every day, I don't really care. But if you're playing like fighting games, racing games, things that require like, button perfect timing, for instance,
platformers. Yeah,
you're gonna really struggle with those because you'll press the jump button, for instance, and then half a second later you'll jump. That's quite bad. So you can get, that's what the big issue is, and where your money comes from is your processing speed, the actual rate that it can clock data and spit it back out as a digital image is where your money goes into these machines, and keeping the frame rate stable and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's like the workaround to get like the original hardware and everything working. But if you want to see like a official example of this, like how bad the input lag problem can be even on professional products, like grab the Sonic Ultimate Genesis collection or probably the new Sega collection, just pop on Sonic. You'll notice input lag immediately.
Yeah.
Or almost instantly, if you're paying attention for it. I'm sure it's not too bad, but it's noticeable. Like, I started playing Streets of Rage 2 when it was Game of the Month on an emulator instead of that because I was noticing input lag. And that's a beat 'em up.
Yeah, well, the time is not the console, it's the physical processing time of pushing the image from an analog to a digital signal. It has to basically take everything, put it back in a code, and then spit it out as digital, and then that takes time. So that's where your faster processors and your FPGAs and things like that, and you get some real fast speed chips now, but they don't come at a cheap price. That's the problem. And then if they want to make their mark on the product, that's why these things are so expensive. Me and Yoshi looked in a building one once, and it was phenomenal. And just to use the HDMI software and licensing stuff, you're looking at about $10,000 before you can even start producing.
Oof.
That's why they did a DVI port on the original OSSC, because that's how they get around it, not having HDMI on it. It's if the end user goes and puts HDMI on it, then it's like, oh, we can supply you, for example, we supply you the ROM cart, but we didn't put the ROMs on it. You know what I mean?
So HDMI has like its own encoding just to make it work, or what?
I think it's the fact that modern televisions don't really care so much about analog signals, so they have they have to convert it, right? They have to convert it to digital before it'll.
High definition high definition media interface is just the same as like USB or any other format. It's the plug is not the licensed thing; it's the software that you run behind it. But when you put the plug on the end of it and then say it's going to run HDMI, then you'll need the software to run it, and that's where your licensing comes from. But that's how they got around it. They basically did it all and didn't supply a HDMI port on the end. But the new one, if you buy the newer versions, they have HDMI on it. And that's why you see the word HDMI plastered all over the electronic circuit boards and all over the boxes and everything, because it gives you I think it's like a 50% licensing discount if you put the HDMI logo on stuff.
Yeah, the emphasis on software is why I was using the example of the compilation discs, because that's a professionally produced product running on, at the time, modern hardware that is intended to be used with HD televisions, and they couldn't get around it, or they didn't put the time in. It wasn't good enough to get around the input lag.
That's why your RGB is so popular on CRT TVs, because it's your best quality picture without any problems with the lag or anything like that before going to digital. And sometimes I think the digital makes it look worse. Depends what you think, but like color palettes go all wrong. And the developers never intended to make those things run on those sort of TV screens. They took into account the line doubling and all that sort of stuff, and the refresh rates of the TV. So like, not just converting the signal, that if you want to make it look original, there's, with these frame micers and all this other stuff, you've got overlays, so you can get your scan lines back on the screen. You can make your scanning. You can have all the original effects that originally have overlaid over it, so it looks like the original experience.
Yeah, kind of like how if you plug a N64 into S-Video component, anything higher than the original output, you'll notice dithering.
Yeah.
Because they factored that in.
Yeah, so there's a lot more that goes on than you think with these frame masters and stuff, but they, if you really just are not too fast, you can just go and grab yourself. I mean, a reasonable one is about $90, and that will on so 90 New Zealand's probably about 70 to 60 US. Don't know what it is Canadian. I think you guys are on par. Anyway, it'll give you a reasonable experience with a little bit of input lag, and you won't have a lot of, there'll be no thrills basically, but you won't have a lot of the artifacting and all sorts of shit like that going on.
Yeah. Basically, the short version for all of this is it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Samsung TVs, and it also depends on your TV too. It can add extra lag.
Yeah, like some won't support 240p output, and
I think they try and push it. They make it 480i or something, which is terrible.
Yeah, but sometimes they just won't accept the signal.
Like, what do you know?
We couldn't do that with a Dreamcast, We were having trouble with that at PAX. They just wouldn't accept it.
What do you know that's cheap that does like a 240 signal?
240?
Yeah, like if you wanted to actually project your image out at original 240 and then upscale it from there. Because like the captures I got, one of them will read.
But then if you upscale anything after producing the image, you're going to add lag as well. So you're better to go through. Oh no, you just CRT. Yeah, Andrew's right.
Yeah, it's just like
honestly, just pick up a CRT.
That's
for
the cheap way
$25.
to do all this.
You can still capture off it.
Yeah, it's just like the size, weight, space, all that stuff you lose. If you want everything compact on your modern stuff, it's going to be expensive, and you're going to have to put in the legwork. If you want it cheap, and you have the space, CRT television.
If you want to do the expensive route, get a PVM.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't get a 32-inch Toshiba though, because I can barely move that television.
Dude, I already got a huge one that's sitting right next to me here.
Yeah, it's like 120 pounds or some crap. I dropped that on my hand once. Wasn't fun time.
I hate looking at Eric's background. It makes me angry. It's so organized and perfect. I just wish mine looked like that.
The shelves part, at
Are you
least.
serious? I thought you were going to say the opposite.
The shelves part.
It's a mess. Oh,
The
shelves.
shelves
Yeah,
part.
the rest of it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Not the postal service
rest
on
is a
the
mess.
lower part.
Yeah, I know. I got a bunch of boxes. I should probably hide those labels.
Don't worry, you've been so blurry, it's not really an issue.
Okay, good.
But if you wanted to do it just to be safe now that you've put it out in the world.
Well, I just realised that I posted when I built the PSP console. I posted a picture which got 42,000 views. I had my address right in it.
Wow.
I was like, "Oh snap, that was dumb."
Mm.
I was like, "Ooh." I had some dude from India saying your address is on there. I'm like, "Oh great, it's reached India.
Yeah.
That's what you want."
That's what you want.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
Oh. Your biggest problem, you'd have got a whole nother kettle of fish too if you start importing Japanese consoles with JP21, which is a different version of
Yeah.
RGB.
Yeah, I was going to mention that to Cody. I'm using. I had to get a converter to convert it to Euro SCART, not JP21.
But I think some of the frame masters can do JP21 as well.
The RGB in comes. It comes with the JP21 adapter.
Yeah.
It's. I don't know if it's a. I don't know if the round port at the front is a standard or not, but it comes with an adapter that's a JP21 adapter. What is that? Is that me?
It's Jared.
I'll just go on mute for a second. I'm going to go get my headphones.
Anyway, I had to get a EuroSCART adapter for the FrameMeister because I went with EuroSCART cables.
That's why you just stick with standard Super Nintendo, because the conversion kit is a pair of pliers.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I got that box. It's a converter because it does both SCART and HDMI sources, and it converts it out to a HDMI signal. But it does NTSC and the European one.
50 hertz power.
Yeah, PAL. Yep, it does PAL, and it does like the resolutions. It does. I want to say the smallest it does is 800 by 600. And then it goes like the 1024 by 768 and then like a 1280 by... It's not a 720. It's one other weird signal in there. And then there's a 720 and then 1080. And you can...
Have you ever seen a show called My Life in Gaming?
Yeah, I was going to mention that, actually. They have a ton of videos on this.
Because if you really want the, just type in OSSC versus FrameMeister, and it gives you the breakdown from the cheapest option to the most expensive option and all the things that they can do, like in good detail. For like the person that couldn't understand it, that's the one to watch because they break it down for you, and then they show you the pitfalls. Because a lot of people buy this stuff and then they're like, "Oh, it won't do this." They're like, "Oh, fuck, that was a waste of $500."
Yeah, it's like all their like how to game on how to get retro games on HD TVs, that kind of video titles.
Because
I used them a lot when I...
They have a lot of good videos outside of that too, though, so they're worth checking out regardless.
oh yeah, they're high quality show. Just remember, welcome to the money hole if you start doing this.
Yep. I mean, I think you can say that when you get into game collecting in general.
Well, the thing is like with XSplit, okay, like let's say I take my my converter box and I get these SCART signals. I got a SCART cable for my Saturn. I got a SCART cable for my Master System, Genesis 2, and you know, so I can cover all my base Sega consoles on a SCART, and then I put it through that converter box. So when I do that and I put it into XSplit I can actually shrink. I can adjust the resolution of the game. Like let's say it comes in at 1080 or 720. I can shrink it down and I figure out how many pixels that was. Like, you know, whatever I'll look up the resolution of what the Genesis output was. So what I'll do is I'll go through and reconfigure that hardware in or that resolution in the software of XSplit to the Genesis one. It looks right to me. It looks right to me when I do that. And then from there, I lock it at that size. And then I take the actual frame of that and then blow it up within my software itself so it stays a box. And it looks fine. You know, I've done it in the past. It's just a lot more extra, you know, a little work to get it to go, you know. And like with my Saturn, I have the VGA, I have our Dreamcast, Xbox, I got the components. So, you know, PlayStation, I got components. So, I mean, I can get all my stuff up and running. I'm not, you know, I've done it. It's just all these guys are coming out with all these other solutions to do it. And I'm trying to figure out, is there a reason that I should stop doing what I do now that works for me and try something else, you know?
I think only if you're really like a snob for video quality. If everything's working for you with just the default highest cables you can get that were available for the systems at the time, you're good.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I upgraded all my retro consoles that I could to S-Video, but stopped there.
I want to know my honest opinion on something like that.
Sure.
Most of it's garbage, to be honest with you.
What's garbage?
Most of it.
Most of what? Like FrameMeister stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Like,
what I mean.
honestly, you can get around most of it. It's great, but it's not a necessity.
To me, it feels like they're just trying to get me to buy something, you know?
Yeah. No, like, I mean, I'm not talking about the FrameMeister for it to be 100%. That's actually quite a good product. I'm talking more along the lines of like these channels, the YouTube channels that shill out shit products like the PS2 HDMI cable from Pound. Now that's a pile of crap.
God, that's garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get people like Metal Jesus and stuff, which I'm not going to say it's his fault because he's not particularly a techie sort of guy with that stuff. But like, it's a garbage product, man. And then they'll push it out to these big YouTubers, and everyone's going, "Oh my god, have you seen this new HDMI cable?" And I mean, people think that's good.
Yeah,
and
everyone
pay money
buys
for shit.
they buy into the hype before like the final review has come out on it, like before any problems have been discovered. Like when Metal Jesus got that I think it was
HDMI for his Wii and fucking fucked his Wii. Oh yeah, it's GameCube. Yeah.
GameCube, and someone knocked it, and it killed the entire console. I think the company provided him a replacement thing, not a replacement console, but a replacement HDMI thing that actually did work. So that's good on them, but still, like, that's kind of one of those things you want to find out first.
Or like when Ryan
fixed up the RetroFighters
controller.
What?
Ryan pointed out the problem with the RetroFighters console.
Yeah.
Controller. And they had to fix it and send everyone a new one.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like the cycle of hype is so fast that people just jump on these, and then the problems come out, and then everyone's mad.
Yep, that's why you need to do months and months of playtesting before you become fucking greedy and try to rush it out to beat the person to beat you. It's all about a race these days to get the. Oh yeah, look, we got fucking HDMI on the Xbox now. You know what I mean, like.
Yeah.
Without like, what do you call it? Putting it through the ringer. Anyway, who cares? They make money. The other thing I'm not a big fan of, and this is just me, is those fucking what do they call them? Those cables, man. Those you know the ones, Andrew. They do the upscaling in the cable.
Not M cable. Is the one they do the ones for the component cables for Super Nintendo and such.
Yeah, right? they're guys now. The company name.
It's completely
Retro RGB. No.
Something along those lines. It's not Retro RGB, but it's Someone in the chat.
You know what I'm thinking?
I know which company you mean, but I can't remember the name for the life of me.
Well, yeah, they're not that great. Look, honestly, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna spend the money, spend it on something like Eric's got, because it's gonna be a one-in, all-in solution, and they constantly release firmware updates for it, so you can, as the community builds it up, you can build it up with it. You've got the device.
Yeah.
I think it's been around for like 3-4 years now. 3 years.
The Framemeister?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been around a while. Anyway, the company was
Yeah.
HD Retrovision. Thank you, Chris.
that's
Matt?
the one.
Oh yeah, those guys are still doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. HD Retrovision seems like they might do some interesting stuff. I haven't bought anything from them, but
Yeah, isn't that one of the companies that Yoshi had a bit of trouble with, though?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's not really a good sign.
huh?
If Yoshi doesn't like something, he has a good reason for it.
Sometimes.
I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about products.
Yeah, tech-wise. Yeah.
Where the heck is Yoshi, anyways? I wanted to ask him a question. He's not here. Whenever I want to ask him a question.
He comes in when he has time.
Probably whinging or playing a video game. One of the two. He's not whinging because he's not whinging to me. So he's playing a video game.
Well, it might be. He's in school, right? It might be
Yeah.
finals time.
Oh yeah.
Near the end of the semester, at least in my,
I got-
in my memory.
I actually got a pickup if anyone wants to see it. It's one. There you go.
Yeah, do pick.
EverDrive,
I can't
or-
see your. Damn it! I lost your
There we
video.
go.
What do you get?
EverDrive, Game Boy.
Cool.
Game Boy Color. It's for this one I'm doing here, the consoleizing the Game Boy Color. It's got some boot ROM images on it, so it says Retro Evolutions and stuff when you turn on the Game Boy.
Cool.
Nice. Who'd you get
And,
to do that for you?
I worked it out.
You wrote it?
Yeah, it's pretty easy actually.
Okay.
I can show
You
you.
wrote Game Boy boot code.
I got
Am I
someone's
understanding you
thing
correctly?
and copied it. I got someone's design and copied it. He gave it to me. But yeah,
You
pretty
changed
much.
the artwork. Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All
Just
right.
the image. Fuck that. No way. Well, that good. I can solder. I can't code. Well, I can code, but not like that.
I was wondering. Yeah, I mean, if you can solder and code, you're like the whole package, man.
I'm learning slowly, but it's like a whole different trade.
Yeah, it's a different area. I'm gonna get going. So, Fitnat, show me what you got.
Yeah, we'll do pickups.
Are you done, Jared?
I think Jared just said he had the one thing.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
sorry. And what did you say,
Yeah.
Fitnat?
No, I can go, so you can get out of here.
Yeah, sorry. I gotta get going.
Hold on.
Oh,
let
it's
me
fine.
let me finish something real
Ah,
quick.
crap.
I want to see. I'm just like 2 clicks away.
Okay.
I'm just trying to
God
finish.
damn it!
up.
I can't get anybody's video. So can you describe too? I can only see you in the little window.
Well, I have a gold grade VGA, grade 85, 5-screw Mario variant. And look at the
Oh.
crisp line. No,
Hang on, I'm gonna hang up and call back because I don't know what's going on. Give me a second.
Okay.
Okay.
that smell straight out the 80s, unopened. It's off.
Cody,
I love it when people buy those. They go do it. I don't love it. I just laugh a little bit. They're like, "It's unopened," and then they open it and the game doesn't work. It's fucked because the battery's been going too long.
Anyway, Cody, do you have any pickups for when
Yeah.
Eric gets back?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just finishing that application thing real
Yeah.
quick.
I mean, I suppose you don't want to see about accessories, eh? That's not a pickup. I have actually got one.
Eric, you're
Yeah.
back. Is it everything working? You need to unmute though.
Sorry, yeah, it took a little bit longer because Google was making me click through a bunch of crap. Yeah, I got you now. I got the camera.
Okay,
So
Cody.
this is a Gamestar second battery for your Game Boy. It's rechargeable. And what it does is it clicks onto the back where the old battery cover was and gives you a second life. So you have like a two. So you basically put your batteries in parallel. So you end up having double the amps, doesn't increase your voltage.
Yeah.
So your runtime doubles.
Very
Pretty
cool.
handy. But I have actually reverse engineered it and made my own one here. So I'm currently doing these lithium ion, and this is and working with this. I've got a 2Z Zener diodes in series on the active to bring it down 0.8 volts to do the, because the USB is 5 volt and we need about 3.6 to 3 volts to run a Game Boy Color. So
Game Boy
this will
Color
be
is like
USB
3
charge.
volts.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've converted it to be able to be USB rechargeable like a mobile phone. You just put your USB in it and boom, go.
Oh, nice.
So then I'm working with Will at the moment. He's doing the coding, and mid-December there should be a RGB and a VGA output for the Game Boy Color, so you can have it for the TV.
Wow.
What is it? Game Boy Color to the TV?
Game Boy Color TV mod.
All right, I'm ready. Sorry.
It's fine. So, do you just have like a couple things, or?
Yeah, I just have a couple.
Okay, I'll have you
My
go first then.
Okay. Nothing fancy. I talked to old Musty about getting loose Sega CDs. So I started just grabbing stuff. So I got Will Beamish and CNC Music Factory. Pretty cheap. That's what I got this week. I got some more stuff coming, but
Cool.
That's it
I
for the week.
decided I'd just start buying loose discs.
Okay.
I actually have got legit pickups. I just realized if anyone's interested.
Sure.
There's a few tech ones and then some. So this is an aftermarket 3-watt stereo speaker for the Game Boy Color. And an amplifier board.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to give these away. So if anyone actually wants them, the supplier sent me a ton of shit. There's some Game Boy Color wallets. And then I've got a Ben Ven. Ben Ven sent me this. A backlit Game Boy Color LCD screen, which has a really good refresh rate as well, this one, so it's quite good. I think it's discontinued, so probably going to hold on to it.
Cool. Is that everything?
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine. Just making sure. Okay, I'll go. So, actually, Eric, do you have anything to show first?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Then I gotta go.
All right, I'll be relatively quick then. I already showed that I got a Pro controller for the Switch earlier, and also got a external 4 terabyte hard drive for my PlayStation 4. I will probably grab one for my Xbox soon because this is freaking awesome.
Yes, I love that. I got one of those too.
Yeah, and get this crap out of the way. Move controllers arrived.
Oh, nice.
We're playing Beat Saber a ton. Eric sent me a package last week or the week before, but I got it last week of the rest of the Terracons that I needed. It's
That's what I call them.
Blot. Yeah, it's Terracon. Yeah, Blot and Cutthroat. I haven't had the chance to open those yet. But also Sinner Twin, which is the only one that I ended up being able to.
Is this Navy Life?
No, I think it's Musty.
Oh, I got excited. I thought we were live from Egypt. I mean, not like, hey, Musty.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah. I just
Musty.
realized I didn't switch which account I was under. So
It doesn't matter. I'm getting audio feedback either from you or Jared, though.
Musty.
Yeah, Musty, try talking, and we'll see.
Let's try this again. I'm not hearing it this time.
No.
Yeah, it was Jared then.
Yeah.
Okay. Musty, did you catch the last couple things I showed?
No, I saw the Pro Controller when you were. Whoa, sorry.
Yeah.
Extreme close up. I saw the Pro Controller and the Move controllers. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got a package from Eric with the last 3 Transformers Terracons I needed. Cutthroat, Blot, and Sinner Twin is the open one. The yellow one up here.
Cool.
All these will combine. I just need to get around to doing it. So that catches that up. And the last thing I got, which I am super happy about, it came out today, although I got it yesterday, is the omnibus for Dan Slott's, Dan Slott and Michael Ored's Silver Surfer run, which this thing is freaking awesome. It's the entire run, and the quality on it's fantastic.
I got a question for you, Andrew, because I've never actually bothered to ask.
Yeah.
Do you own any complete collections?
For consoles?
Yeah.
No.
Do you just collect the ones you like, or do you actually collect?
I collect the ones I like. The only one that I'm like toying with eventually getting a complete collection for is a television, just because there's not that many for it. And I have like something about 25% of the library at this point already. But that's just something I'm picking at. Anyway, the Silver Surfer Omnibus means also that my trade paperbacks for the Silver Surfer run are now for sale or trade. I haven't posted them anywhere, but they're open if anyone's interested in them. Anyway, that's it.
Very cool.
So my test was successful.
Hey, Eric, another thing for you to take off, dude. What is going to be the plan with the Midwest? Like, are you guys all staying somewhere the same place? Has any of that been thought up yet, or what?
I'm not sure we're even going. If we go, we're likely. We stayed at the hotel last year that we could just walk over to the convention center. Probably do something like that again.
I mean,
I'm
kind of,
dude. You know, I got to start planning now if I'm going to make the budget. So,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not one to look a gift housing in the mouth, but like I also have family in town, but like being close to the epicenter of all of that, I feel like would be a relatively good thing. And like, if I can make that happen, I might consider that.
You mean staying at the hotel?
Yeah, maybe.
Because it sounded to me like you guys had the last time, right?
I mean, we had a good time. If the weather was a non-issue, then it would have been even better.
Yeah,
but
it probably will. That was a fluke, right? I mean, that was
an absolute fluke. That ice slush storm that we got. Yeah, I mean, the one thing is, and it's not that I don't love hanging out with you guys. There are other people that like I didn't get a chance to hang out with this year, and that I want to make sure I get a chance to. This is called expanding.
You're a traitor.
You a traitor. Yeah. Like, there's a bunch of guys there that from the Midwest I don't get to see. Like, I'd like to hang out with Church and those guys some more. Back in the day, I
bet they're not traitors.
I just met them for the first time there. And who's that other guy? PK versus the World? Wasn't he there too?
PK was there for a bit, yeah. And then Captain Algebra and...
Is he the guy that gave you that game? Who gave you that game?
No,
Me.
Which game?
I don't know. We were like recording in the Q-Dog house and he came up with a game.
Oh, no, that was Vigigamer.
Vigigamer, yeah. Okay.
So he's there, and Cartridge Fun, who sometimes pops into the chat here, was there, but I didn't, I ran into them like twice on the vendor floor.
Yeah, I don't know those guys very well, but yeah.
Then I kind of missed all the other.
I'm going to chime out, everyone. So I've got modding to do.
Okay. All right, good night, Jared. Good day, Jared.
See you, Jared.
It's Good Thursday.
Good Thursday. Take care.
All right, see you later.
Yeah, and I'm not going to stick around too much longer either.
All right.
Thanks for your time, everyone. Bye now.
Yeah. See. Anyone having Musty's video catch up on them, or is it just me?
Yeah,
Is it lagging on me a little bit?
Everything's lagging for me today.
It's been like either black screen or a freeze frame. Every few seconds. Maybe you have something run in the background.
That's what I was just going to check.
While you're doing that, I'm going to go to the bathroom because I've been waiting until after the pickups to step away for a minute. I'll be back. You've got control of the board, Musty.
Musty's in
I'd like to buy a vowel.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna get going too. Did that answer your question? You guys can talk about Midwest.
Hey, Eric. One more question though.
All right.
You're
killing me.
How did you get your 3D video not to be flickering?
Oh, that was purely accidental. I intended it to be flickering. And I was actually looking at the video. If you watch the video, it doesn't make any sense because I'm talking about how none of the games have a 2D mode and what's showing up is 2D mode. And I've deduced that it's my capture device. It's only capturing at 30 frames per second.
Oh,
if you look at one of the games, one of the light gun games, I think it's Missile Defense. When I pull the trigger, all of a sudden, all the objects on the screen jump. And I think it's because the inversion of the 3D flipped with respect to the 30 frames per second that the HDR was that POG was capturing. Anyway, I'm pretty sure the capture device is only capturing 30 or fewer frames per second, and so it eliminated the flickering purely accidentally.
Okay, all right.
I didn't do that on purpose, and in fact, I wanted it to flicker to show what it looks like when you're not wearing the glasses, but I can't capture it because my device isn't good enough to capture at 60.
No, that's good.
That's my claim. I don't know if it's true, and maybe I could tweak it, but I got to move on, man. These videos, they don't wait for anybody. I got to do one a day, so I got to move on. All right, guys. I will talk to you next week, Musty, and I guess both of you. I'll see you hopefully on the stream on this weekend. Okay.
If not, I'll be spinning some mad tunes for the last hour and a half of my session. So.
Yeah, I'm curious what you mean by that, but okay.
It'll be fun to listen to. I anticipate.
Is this the game that Fitnat's been talking about? Beat Agents or Beat something?
Saber.
Beat Saber. Okay. All right. This is a VR game.
Yeah.
With music.
Yeah.
Okay. I am looking forward to understanding what Beat Saber is. All right, guys. Great. I'll see you. I'll see you on Friday.
Okay.
Good night.
Night. Yeah, I just ran through my test, and so all three transitions worked just perfectly. So that is excellent. And I think I'm going to go in the mode that has it full screen instead of because there's the option where you could have the one with the border or without the border.
Yeah.
And it to me, it looked, I have to go back and watch the video, but I thought it looked pretty good. Yeah, I thought it looked pretty good with as it was. Without needing to have the borders on it. Where am I going?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right. I was chasing some of your high scores.
In Tetris?
No, in Beat Saber.
Oh. I didn't really try and go for high scores, though. Some of those might be through practice mode, so they're not technically official scores. I had no fail mode on for some of it. Which ones were you going for?
I played something on Expert.
Yeah, God, Expert's a thing.
I think once you get to me, it's I should play Expert with the slow down mode on just to get the feel. The thing that I've been learning is not to turn your wrists.
Not unless you have to.
Unless you absolutely have to, right? If you're slashing this way and then it wants you to come back, don't take the time to turn over and go back. Just go boom, boom, and save yourself the extra motion.
Yeah. But there's I think it's Rum and Bass is the song where they have the two on the side and then the couple in the middle of the dual symbol things where you have to kind of go and then come around. So you have to kind of flick your wrist down to catch it in time.
Gotcha.
You come to the side and then flick your wrists in, otherwise you'll miss it.
Oh, you're going out and then down.
Not down, but like you have to go down and then come back over. But it's a really close thing. Like the 2 on the outside and then the 2 in the middle.
Oh,
like,
down and then here, like
like outside and then
outside.
inside, and then you probably come up. I don't remember the exact symbols. It's been.
I'll have to check it out.
I was playing it yesterday morning, but
This game is so much fun though.
yeah, I am not in the shape to play it for long periods of time without needing a shower.
Holy, holy crap!
Yeah, it's like the necessity to do like deep squats to get under the obstacles.
And those things look like the freaking cubes in Reboot, which is funny.
Huh.
Yeah,
But yeah, you don't think it's going to be like exercise, and then you play it, and you're like, "Oh crap, I need a shower now." Because it's like if you're playing on easy or normal, then you're probably fine. When you get into hard and expert, you're sweating.
Yeah.
You have to pay attention to how long you're playing until you get used to it. Because I accidentally played it for 3 hours on Friday because I wasn't paying attention. I'm like, "Oh, that's gonna be bad."
Yeah, my back's hurting a little bit.
Yeah,
So
I was kind of out of commission for the weekend.
Well, and I mean, some of the songs just if you want to swing hard at them, like it's just it just feels you feel driven to give it that big swipe.
Yeah, plus you get more points for if you're doing like bigger motions and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And like if you get through the campaign to a certain level, it gives you a minimum travel distance for your arms overall the course of the song.
I'm on that one. 11. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
well,
you
the problem
have to pinwheel like between symbols. It's insane.
I think you just sort of keep swinging your arms around. Which
makes you miss a lot until you get used to it.
Yeah, I haven't beaten that one as of yet.
It took me a few days.
Yeah, but yeah, that one's like I could get to like 30 or 40 meters before the first note comes in, just because I'm like flailing my arms about.
But just to give you a warning, they're going to trick you in a few rounds because they make you really use it, and they keep giving you this crap. They keep giving you the minimum travel distance. Crap, 2 or 3 songs, and then they throw at you maximum. You can't move your arms more than this, so you have to go the exact opposite way.
So you just that's interesting.
Yeah, like you have to keep your arms closed, like the minimum motion at all. It sucks, but it's also great. But yeah, you definitely need to go into free play and practice all this crap first. The thing that sucks, I got to the first ones where like it's throwing at me expert stuff, and I think it's like 16 or something. And there's like an A, B, and C version of all of these freaking rounds later on. But when it first starts throwing you expert stuff, it only gives you the red symbols, which is great in terms of simplifying it. But then you go try and practice that song on expert, and it's both, and it's not even remotely similar, so you can't practice it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even just the red notes for what the normal song is, because you could just put on no fail and just try and hit the red notes. That's how you can practice that, but it's different placements, so it's useless.
Oh, so it's like it's single blade.
Yeah, you have to put like your arm behind your back and just do the one thing. Like, you don't have to put your arm behind your back, but that's like the most comfortable I've found it to just kind of go, okay, don't concentrate on that, and just use the one arm. But it's like the whole song, but only with red notes. Like, it'll like do the beat of the song, but only with red notes. So you can't. It's $100 bills is the song, I believe.
Okay.
So you cannot practice it on expert and free play because it's not the same freaking notes. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game's super fun.
Yeah, I'm thinking about playing a little bit of Tetris too, also.
Yeah.
During my sesh.
Yeah, that would definitely be a cooldown from that. Or
I was thinking about doing that before, because so the way that I have things planned at the moment, this is what I would like to do: is open with Shantae, and then go to a game that comes out on Friday that isn't Smash, and then do a full run of Sewer Shark, and then time permitting Tetris, and then end on Beat Saber.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm getting reacquainted to Shantae at the moment, just because it's been a little while since I played the beginning, and if I'm going to start from, at least if I start from the top, I'll get tutorial stuff.
Yeah.
Or I could, read a manual maybe.
I've only played Risky's Revenge so far out of that series.
The nice thing, with the exception of Sewer Shark, like everything I'm picking is super colorful, and I'm actually kind of pleased that I did that.
Sewer Shark is that Sega CD like light gun shooter type thing, right?
Yeah. It not a light gun. Sewer Shark is the it's like a tunnel. It's like a tunnel game. I think that's the best way I can.
I have very vague memories of it.
So it's an FMV game, and you're in a ship, going through the sewers, and you have to make these turns at these junctions, and so like they'll give you directions where it's like the next 3 turns you have to make are like 12, 9, or 3, and so you have to, while you're shooting at like these giant oversized rats, you have to also be making sure you don't miss the turns, and then managing like some other sort of meters and things like that. But it was a pack-in for the system, if I remember right, and a lot of people find it like super campy, and I do too. But I really, really like the game, and I have completed it, and so I figure I should put my money where my mouth is. Not that there's actually money involved, but
yeah. I'm still getting lag on your video, by the way.
That's weird.
It's probably just me.
So, well,
No,
I have to wonder if, because so I had OBS, like when I pull up my task manager.
Not the boss from Spider-Man.
That's right. It shows a lot of things in there for Chrome right now. Yet all I have open is the Hangout window itself, and I even shut off the YouTube chat. So I'm not sure what else it could be, because like I closed Twitter, I closed a whole bunch of other stuff.
Did you close OBS out?
Yeah, OBS is entirely closed.
Yeah, sometimes when I get into situations like that, but this is because I have an old ass laptop. But I use I don't know if it's available on PC. It probably is, but a piece of software called Memory Clean, and it just kind of gets rid of all the background tasks that have built up in your memory.
Yeah, I mean, I reboot fairly often. Granted, I didn't reboot after that test, so it could be that could be some of it.
Yeah, but you probably have a substantially better and newer computer than I do, so.
Well,
it's probably just Hangout weirdness, to be honest.
It could be that, or I did add a 6-foot extender onto the USB that this camera is being fed through.
That might do it as well.
But it wasn't.
It wasn't on the other thing.
I don't think so. I did have to drop the resolution on it. Maybe I should try it without. Hopefully there's enough slack that I can.
Well, first you could pop out of the Hangout and then pop back in and see if that just fixes it.
I could.
That's a bad deal.
if it's not bothering you guys, like as long as my audio is coming through.
Yeah, but it's like literally
Plus-
when your screen shows it's black screen or a freeze
Really?
frame.
Okay, let me drop out and drop back in.
Yeah.
And see if it cooperates then, because I might not have had stuff closed off at that point.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to close Chrome altogether because I have 9 things. Some of them aren't taking up memory though.
Yeah, just restart Chrome and
Okay.
get back in.
Why is Musty such a pimp?
I'll be back.
Back again.
We want Musty in here. Ah. Oh shit. I haven't really messed with this chair a lot, so I don't know what. I was trying to find if there was like a way to adjust the lumbar. I don't think there is. Okay.
I'm really happy with that Silver Surfer comic.
Really?
Yeah, I love that run. And you're
Okay.
back.
So Chrome is that's strange. Even when this is all I have open.
Yeah, it appears to
on,
be
echo
the
off
same,
somebody.
but now I'm getting echo on you.
What? Hold on, well, I'm also not in front of the camera. Is this my slideshow or
A little bit of a slideshow, but it's better. It might just be
Okay.
picking up.
maybe?
You know what, dude? Is that on your Master System, Musty? Did you peel that film off of it?
Oh, what should I do it and try to just get a ton of views?
It looks all shiny from back here, so I was kind of like,
No, it's scratched up.
oh,
It's shiny. It is shiny just because of my lighting right now, but
I don't remember who did that, but I thought that was funny.
it was
I did too,
Yeah.
dude. I was like,
there it is. But yeah, it's kind of scratchy.
did you pull is the film off of it though?
Yeah, it is.
See, I never knew that was even supposed to come off. I never did pull that off. You know, it looks like you can pull it off by the controller ports too on the front.
Oh, that strip along that side. Yeah.
Yeah, like on the front.
Yeah,
of it.
I saw that blew up. Like there were some big names that commented on that video that I did not expect to see. Like even some of the Xbox guys. Like but yeah, you got I mean, that was on the verge of being like something that pops into like the trending, be like people are totally conflicted as to what's happening here, right? One of those kind of things. Yeah.
That actually reminds me of a stupid thing I read about the little safety warning sticker on front of the Xbox One, whether people take it off or not. And there's like this whole contention of whether you should take it off or leave it on, or like I think they took it off in one of the later revisions, like the X or something like that, and like people were mad that it was gone. It was such a weird thing.
Yeah, it was. People get all kinds of riled up over weird things. The what else was I gonna say? But yeah, no, I still have that film is still there.
Yeah,
I mean, no, that film is not there. Sorry. Otherwise, I totally would have I'll just wait until next year and then do it.
Take it off for the live stream.
That's right. Really slowly and with one of those like dual-eared microphones that the ASMR people use.
Label peel off 30-year-old console ASMR.
And I'll just whisper at him like this.
I hope this doesn't piss you off.
We're gonna play some Wonder Boy. Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
But yeah. No, I'm excited for Friday. It's gonna be a good time. I hope I get to rake in like all the like immediate stuff, but I'm afraid it might not happen. Like, because if I remember right, I'm trying to remember how last year's went. Because there was like a big surge, at a couple of points in that first day, but now we're starting earlier, and then plus it's Friday, and so there's we're not going to have the same kind of audience on a Friday afternoon as we normally would, and so many of them will be playing Smash or doing their hot takes on the Game Awards or something.
Or preparing for the Kind of Funny showcase on Saturday.
Yeah, the timing on that's kind of unfortunate. But who has that time slot? Do we know? Because it's at like noon Central Time. It's like 10 a.m. Pacific.
I think Kind of Funny is Pacific or
yeah, they are
something.
I'm just trying to remember who.
I think they said 11 Pacific, but I'm not sure. I watch the frickin' games daily every day, and I don't know.
I'm just curious who has the
slot for that.
The stream time slot. Let me find that. There it is. Saturday at noon is.
Chris is asking you to play Fortnite in the chat.
No Fortnite. James has that. James starts at noon Eastern time, so he'll be on for an hour before that goes on.
You can do a live reaction to the showcase as part of the stream.
Yeah, it's so weird because we're gonna have the Game Awards, and there's gonna be stuff for that. Then they're gonna have this Kind of Funny thing, which is going to be even beyond. Oh, irony. Yeah, so we'll have that on Saturday, and then there's this like CBS run Game Awards that's happening on Sunday, which looks like a total it's the Gamers' Choice Awards.
Yeah, so it's like all the stuff weekend for games.
Yeah, and it's just I'm afraid of what that is going to be. Actually, I need to look that up. Gamers' Choice Awards. Curious what people are just like, what is this? Because like Kiss is opening up the show.
What?
Yes. Along with Ninja, Terry Crews, Snoop Dogg, a whole bunch of other celebrities. But Kiss is going to perform the opening number at this thing.
What? Is this like the 2005 Game Awards when they thought that was still necessary?
I don't know. Here we go. The show is hosted by VH1 personality Carrie Keegan and DJ Wheat, who's apparently the face of Twitch. Twitch.com. What's Twitch.com? Come on, company. Get your articles right. Yeah. Snoop Dogg, Terry Crews, Tony Hawk, Tom Green, Tara Lipinski, Jordan Fisher, Chandler Riggs, Felicia Day, Chuck Liddell, Camilla Luddington, Rhett McLaughlin, Link Neal, Tito Ortiz, Little Yachty are among those who were in attendance. Maybe this already was filmed. The 1 hour special airs on CBS on Sunday, following the NFL game, so it'll probably get pushed back. I don't know what this
is.
I don't know why. Like, why do we need another one? Like, do we really? I'm curious what their nominees are, or what their categories are. Here we go. Fan favorite male gamer / streamer. Okay. I do not see my name, therefore I am not voting. Fan favorite female gamer / streamer. Fan favorite game. Fan favorite esports game. Most anticipated game. Great. I hate that award. That award bothers me.
Best release date, essentially.
Right.
Best
Well, but
marketing.
you have a game that that weekend will have its alpha, its closed alpha, because Anthem is in there. Kingdom Hearts comes out within a month of this, or 2 months of it.
Yeah, it's like Anthem wins, and also there's news at the same time about how bad the beta is.
Yeah, that could be. Fan favorite esports team, gaming moment of the year. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like the exact wrong kind of categories.
right. Ninja plays with Drake.
Yeah, it's like
The Happy Hob beats the Dark Souls trilogy without taking a single hit.
is this just Twitch the show? What the fuck?
I feel like it is. Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, like Red Dead Redemption has the biggest opening weekend of any entertainment property. Like, do we need to hand an award out for that? That's already pretty substantial.
Yeah, I maintain my comparison to like the early or mid 2000s game awards, like back when they had like Samuel Jackson presenting and stuff like that, and Madden won like one of the awards.
Yeah, Tyler 1 returns to League of Legends. What?
Ugh.
Like, how would I don't know? Fan favorite retro character: Mario, Link, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Bomberman, Bonk, Mega Man, Sonic, and Samus.
So literally nobody is going to be happy, especially fans of Bonk.
And no Kirby on here. Not that that matters. Favorite celebrity gamer. Favorite celebrity gamer athlete. Favorite celebrity gamer actor. Fan favorite esports. Yeah, it's just a popularity contest is all this is going to be. Most desired franchise resurrection. Half-Life, F-Zero, Banjo-Kazooie, Earthbound, Chrono Trigger, Knights of the Old Republic, and Jet Set Radio are the nominees.
It's going to be Knights of the Old Republic because more people know that in the modern day. Or are aware of it.
Yeah, I mean, your average Fortnite person knows Star Wars, but they don't necessarily know the rest.
Yeah, and it is, especially since that was backwards compatible
on
Xbox One recently, so it was back in the news. But it's been available on Steam and everywhere for the entire time, so people have been playing it. And it's been in the consciousness due to the Old Republic MMO, for better or worse, which never released its Mac version, and even though that game wasn't received all that well, I'm still salty about it.
Man, this is weird. 100% fan voted. 100% fan voted awards show.
Yeah, so it's
where's this at?
It's on CBS on Sunday.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, you can't I can't even get CBS. You know? I mean, how the hell would I even be able to watch this?
I'm sure I think they might simulcast it on Twitch.
Do they have it?
That's their target demographic.
It is their target. Yeah, I mean, there's a huge esports component of this thing.
There's a huge Fortnite component to this thing.
Well, there's that too.
I wasn't aware CBS had it too. I mean, are they trying to get you to subscribe to their app like that Star Trek show?
No, I mean like Twitch will be. I think Twitch has a partnership in this to some extent. They're doing the red carpet. There's a red carpet.
Yeah.
Like this is. It's like the worst bunch of stereotypes that you could throw into a hat and just randomly pull out.
Yeah, it's like video game stereotypes crossed with Teen Choice and the Oscars as a show for a TV network on Twitch.
It's a nightmare.
It's going to be hosted on Twitch is what it is. Twitch is going to show it.
I'm assuming that.
I assume that they'll have some flavor of that too. Yeah.
Yeah, because the average Twitch viewer / consumer and streamer, they probably don't have the standard original cable subscriptions anymore anyway that they would get this channel on.
They're just not. Yeah, they're not. They abide by a different model.
Yeah. That is the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
It is officially the weirdest thing.
I don't get it.
Because like 5 to 6 Eastern time, so you guys are gonna get it at what they're an hour behind. So
5 to 6 Eastern time.
So
I mean, that's just that
4
so
to
it'll be after the
4 to 5.
For me, it'll be from 4 to 5 on a football Sunday.
Yeah, and like me, it would be.
Not that makes a huge difference because maybe that audience is not the same, right?
Yeah, it's still that's still cannibalizing viewership.
It's a shit time too to show it. Because if they want people to actually watch it, it's like you're competing with, like you said, football, and then you're also competing with, people that do stuff on Sundays, like churchgoers and or things that do shopping hours, things like that. It's like not saying that's not like any hours not shopping hour, but to me, I think that you're getting ready for the next week. Let's go get shit done early afternoon, be back by evening so we can just relax,
Yeah, and it's just like with the football thing, it's like that's not the target demographic necessarily to like gamers, but neither is this majority of this show. They're kind of going for a more mainstream feel, which is more like the football Sunday crowd in my mind. Like you know what I mean? Like the people that they're kind of targeting are the same kind of people that would be targeted by like the football events and stuff like that, like just normal viewership.
Well, I mean, like look at the timing of the Captain Marvel trailer, right? It was during Monday Night Football, like Disney /ESPN/ABC, like they know that.
Yeah,
they're just trying to get people to tune into their, so that their number is higher during Monday Night Football. And I don't even know who was playing yesterday because I just waited for the trailer to come out before I watched it.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, I'm on their gamerschoice.tv, and it's like, thanks for voting. It doesn't tell you anything about the show necessarily, other than they've got like 2 million votes, which is like, if you think about how many gamers out there that are interested, I mean, that's weak.
I would bet it's a vote as many times as you want.
2 million votes, that's pretty weak, dude. I mean, if it was something pretty big, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's a lot of votes, but for being a national deal that they're trying to make of it, I mean,
yeah, like for a show that's being opened by Kiss and like has all these different guests, like 2 million is not what they want.
Yeah.
And then you got, their Twitter, but it doesn't say anything like we'll be showing this on twitch.tv or anything like that. It's just
and to be fair,
on CBS Sunday, December 5 to 6 on the Twitter.
Yeah, and just to be fair, this could be great or at least entertaining, and we don't know until it actually happens, but every indication that we're seeing right now is not a good sign.
Right.
Like, just in fairness.
Like I'm like the Gamer Awards, I'll probably make it a point to try to get a chance to watch it, part of it or something.
I'm pretty excited for all of that.
Yeah, it's like
I'm actually really intrigued to see like today at one point I was looking at Twitter and I was just like, I can't watch all of this. Like I stopped or I muted all of the like those like tipster type people, right? Who are like Wario 64 and Cheap Ass Gamer and stuff like that, because all they were doing is tweeting potential leaked reveals, and it's like I was just like, you know what? It's 2 days. Like, it's not like I'm going to be making purchases that necessitate me getting a crazy good deal between now and then. I can take a break from that. But yeah, we'll have to see if those things are true. But it's just like we keep pushing these things. Like the guy who leaked the Sweden that Swedish website that has the listing for a Switch game that people have been asking for a long time. Did this come up already?
Do
you know
which one? Or I know what you're talking about. I think
there were 3 games involved.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What was it?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge Switch guy, anyways.
Sure.
So, I mean,
well, the rumor is that the Metroid Prime trilogy is going to be coming to Switch.
Oh yeah, I did see that already.
Yeah.
I seen that and I was like, really?
Right.
And I started looking, I couldn't find anything on it.
But you know,
That'd be awesome, dude.
if that's real, then that means that they have to be showing something about 4. Like maybe gameplay, maybe at least a cinematic. You know, and so. But then I was like, you know what? The more I hear about this, the more that's gonna just kind of eat at me for the next couple days, because like I really want to see
what comes along with that.
Yeah,
rather than like have your expectations built up falsely.
Right, and then if it doesn't happen, are we gonna be like, do you have phones?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. The Twitch, or not the Twitch, the Metroid Prime trilogy, they better have gotten rid of the move control stuff.
But you've got Joy-Cons.
Yeah, they'll keep that in, and there are people that did like that. But
I couldn't play Corruption because of it, dude.
Well, maybe they'll leave it as maybe they'll have it as an option.
That's what I was gonna say. They're gonna have both, because it's not motion is not the primary selling factor of the Switch. It's
I mean, I know I could not play Corruption because of the controls, and then Other M, yeah. Other M, I tried. You know, Other M was a little more, I could handle a little more than Corruption.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, even with Corruption, you know, I was just like, damn, man, why did they do this? You know, I mean, it would have been such a great game if they would have been without, because then I could have got into it more and not had to worry about, well, I need to be trying to do some kind of fucking motor skill shit with it. And at the same time, try to absorb what Metroid is, you know, the visuals, the sound, all that, you know. I mean, not that it's too much. I can do it. I can do VR, you know. It's just
it just distracts you from what you're looking for.
And the controls were shit, you know, for the time. You look at PlayStation 4's move controls, I think they're a little more spot on for sure than, you know, the Wii.
Yeah, well, they came out
those kind of games, you know.
Yeah. I mean, that's tech advances too, but yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, and there are people that did enjoy the motion controls for Metroid. It's a subjective thing where it's either going to be for you or it isn't. Whereas we can more readily accept the standard control schemes, especially since that is the 3rd game in a trilogy, and it's the only one of the 3 to use that control system outside of the collection.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that, and I really would like to not have that be forced in the future. I mean, I wish they would look back and be like, let's give the people the choice, you know, to try it this way or not.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking for. Is like they're going to have motion as an option, but you can play it probably the standard way.
It got all quiet.
I've been having this entire conversation while playing Lightning Force on Switch.
Lightning?
Yeah, Lightning Force.
Oh yeah, that game's awesome, isn't it?
It's hard.
How many levels can you get?
Before game over, 0.
Seriously?
I'm not good at shmups. I'm at a weird angle, and I don't even know what levels I picked. I probably picked like the hardest levels to come first.
You know, if I can do that in, I'm going to stream that too. I haven't beat it yet. I have not beat the game. I made it to the last level, I think, and I haven't.
It is good. It's just I'm not good at it.
Data Disc is doing the soundtrack for that game.
And
the freaking music in that game is freaking awesome.
Yeah, I had to take a headphone off when I first started up because I'm like, oh, this intro is pretty cool. I wish I didn't spend the full price on the eShop for it. Not because it's bad, just because it's not necessarily for me.
Have you ever played that one, Musty?
I have not.
Dude, you got to play the Thunder Force games, dude. They kick ass.
This is like Thunder Force 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was I watching the
Which one is Thunder Spirits?
I was watching the Game Sacks Genesis video. And that had they went into detail on
Thunder Force 4.
on all the Thunder Forces.
Yeah, is Thunder Force 3 the one that was released on Super Nintendo as Thunder Spirits? Or is that a different franchise?
No, it was kind of like it, I think, but I think it was a different installation of the game.
Hmm.
I don't no, it might have been Thunder Force 3. Yeah. Now you got me thinking on that.
That was a weird moment. I was trying to shoot enemies that were in the background, not like the foreground of the playfield, and I couldn't, but they could hit me even though they weren't in the playfield. Weird.
Yeah, Thunder Spirits is Thunder Force 3.
Yeah.
Trying.
You know, there's a lot of other ones that were tied to that. A couple more tied to that series too. That, not officially, but they think they were supposed to be. I'd have to watch another one of those videos again to get it down, but I think there was one other one.
One other witch. Sorry, that was
one other game that was supposed to be a Thunder Force game, but ended up being licensed by somebody else, and they took it, but it wasn't that good, I guess.
Yeah, that opening screen music is awesome.
Well, just to get to the original Thunder Force like game, you have to go to an older computer-based game system to play
like,
the original,
like an Amiga or ZX Spectrum or something like that.
Something.
Some of those might be older than this is the market of. I just don't freaking know. What's the easiest level to start on of the 4? Air Raid, Strife, or Strite? That's Strite.
I do the water level first, usually.
Phaser or Ruin.
I do the water level one first, where you not the water, but
underwater or like I think
you start off with the clouds.
Yeah, that's the top one, and then after that,
I don't know. I mix it up, dude. Air Raid, I like to do probably about third or second, and then I'll do the desert one, and then I'll do
Ruin.
Caves.
Yeah, I did Ruin first. That was my mistake. One of my mistakes, other than not playing on kid mode.
Yeah, Thunder Force is the Sharp X1 or the PC-88. Thunder Force 5 is pretty good, and I really want to get the Saturn one, but the one I want to get, it comes with the soundtrack, and it's going for like $100 now. Pisses, dude, I can't believe that just the value of how is this stuff going up in value, That's so crazy. Like Japanese Saturn, it's just nuts.
Well, because people are finding ways to actually get them to play now. But I mean, for the longest time, Famicom and Super Famicom games were out of reach for a lot of people. And then clone systems that could do them and then patch them. Once those started to show up, then all bets were off.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of variety in the shmup conversation, what was your guys' first shmup you played that you can remember? Shoot 'em up.
R-Type.
Mine was Gradius 3 on Super Nintendo.
Mine, the one that I remember the most prominently, although I don't know that it was my first.
Yeah.
But the one that stuck with me and is Life Force. For the NES.
Nice.
Or salamander if you want to be really technical about it.
You know what's ridiculous too is like trying to get salamander for the Saturn 2 is like gone up in price.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have the deluxe pack, and that's just gotten to be a pain in the ass. And like I'm just about ready to not give up, but just wait to go to a show like a game con to do it, to find it, because it's like trying to compete with eBay prices is like ridiculous. And after going to that con and seeing the prices there on some of the stuff is like, dude, that's actually pretty good priced,
Yeah, like at least at a show you can haggle and trade.
Yeah, like like I wanted to get that Michael Jackson Moonwalker, and the guy was willing to do a good price on it, and I should have got it, because I mean, when you look it up on eBay, it's just like, are you kidding me? It's not worth that much, I mean, I don't know what people consider worth, but to me, it just feels like it's went from being everyday type guy to collecting to people that have money growing on trees type people. It's to me, I think it's kind of stupid that it's become that way, because it's like,
like once it became like kind of a popular thing to do rather than just a couple people going to garage sales, then people kind of got wise to how rare things are, or scarce or common certain ones are, or popularity of just a name.
Well, it went from something to have fun with to let's figure out a way that we can make money.
Yeah. You I mean, people that are like at the thrift store, people that don't know anything, that they price the Star Wars games higher because they recognize the name of it, and same with like Mario stuff. Like hypothetical, they could have Mario World and Earthbound next to each other on the shelf, and they would price the Mario higher.
Yeah, that's how my Goodwill was until somebody who works there started. Yeah, like they wisened to that whole thing, which just is unfortunate, because like I went in there once and I was just like, I don't understand why you're pricing Super Monkey Ball 2 at $22. This is a Goodwill, and she's like, I don't know, the guy in the back prices them. I'm like, well, my Goodwill is officially done. Because that is a game that would show up for like $1.88, and would be that like, I made this great deal, and then then I sell it for 20, right?
Yeah.
Or keep it.
But. Yeah, like I had a situation where I had to basically tell a thrift store that they were a thrift store, and that what they had priced at, and I wasn't being a dick about it. I just walked up and like, I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I come into thrift stores because I'm looking for games. I'm a collector, and I saw you have Secret of Mana, and I got really excited. And then I saw you had it priced for $90, which is like fair if you're trying to sell it on eBay, but you're a thrift store. When I come in, or when people come into a thrift store, they're looking for a deal. They're looking to get things cheap, and you get things for free. So it kind of just seems greedy, even though it's for charity in certain instances, and this was a charity one. But I'm just being honest with them. It's like, that's more likely to piss someone off than actually sell it. So if I'm not telling you don't charge that for that, because you could get it. I'm just saying go on eBay instead. If you're going to price it like that, don't put it out on the floor. Just post it online, because that's going to make less people off than it would putting it on the floor of the thrift store.
There's plenty of knows that you're a thrift store. Goodwill, as an example, like sometimes they don't even get to put their stuff out on the floor, because that stuff all gets thrown into auctions that they manage themselves, and that's totally fine. Because at least what's
going to happen going in.
Well, at least it's not the instance where like the employee has like overpriced it, so that the moment that it gets slashed, they know. Like you've got an employee who wants the game, so he's like, I'll just outprice it for everybody. And then when 2 weeks passes and we go, hey, 50% off this stuff, I'll take that and my employee discount, and I'll get a good deal on it, right?
Yeah, like I was tempted to go back and try and get Sony 50% off on a day where they were doing that because at a different thrift store, because they had an Atari 400, I think it was an Atari 400 in the box with all the like styrofoam and everything and plastic. But, like, the box is a little damaged, but they had it priced at like, I don't know if it was an Atari 400 or they had it priced at 400. It was something like that, but they had it priced really insanely high. And that's something worth like maybe $50 from what I remember looking up. So I'm like, if I get this at all, I'm going to do it on a 50% off day, but it was gone and I just didn't really care all that much. And actually, I think it used to be priced at 500, like there was a sticker and it had been slashed already down to 200 is what I saw. But it's still like, you overdid it there. And the irony is this is not irony, but just like the unfortunate factor of that particular one is this is a thrift store that has an auction cabinet. Put that in there instead. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
totally agree. It's like they're just taking advantage of what
Or they just don't know.
people like. I don't know. Like I've went into like even some Salvation Armies that they got around here, and they'll have like retro style electronics. I always try to take a look at stuff, just to see what they got, and it's overpriced. It's just ridiculously overpriced. It's just like, wow,
God, I'm on that stupid fishtail boss. Keep getting slashed by it. I should really stop playing this game.
Actually, I just thought of another shooter that I remember playing briefly, that I'm actually playing at the moment just because I felt like it. And that's Deep Blue on the Turbo.
Never heard of that.
It is a fish-themed shooter.
So Darius.
It's weird. And I'm not very good at it either, so there's that. Ugh.
It would be funny if that was a Darius game and they just retitled it.
Oh, I don't think to be honest, I don't think I've played a Darius game.
I wouldn't necessarily be able to point that out either, but it's usually fish kind of centric. Like kind of like robot fish type looking stuff.
Oh, yeah, these are most definitely fish.
Okay, so it's not that. It's funny when you get games that are just like obviously or even not so obviously just translated from something else entirely. Like the example that comes to mind right now is just because I have it on NES and not NES on although there is an NES connection to it is Last Battle on Genesis, which is that was a launch title, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, Last Battle, which is this weird ass little beat 'em up with like you can choose your path and everything. But if you look up the origin of it, it's a Fist of the North Star game. But they just changed the name and all the titles and characters and everything. And it gets even weirder when you look at Fist of the North Star stuff because there was a Fist of the North Star game on the NES. But if you look at the not Mega Drive Master System, Black Belt was also a Fist of the North Star game, and I think the Last Battle is actually a sequel to that. Or one of those is that. But it's just so odd to find those connections. Of like you got multiple games in the same franchise, but they all got translated under different names.
Didn't Gradius kind of have that? Or maybe that was because like it came over and like isn't the arcade Nemesis, but the NES one is Gradius, and then the Game Boy one is also Nemesis.
Oh, I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's just a localization difference or something.
what we're talking
Right.
about. Is localization.
And maybe it's Gradius, so perhaps.
Yeah, it probably is Gradius, actually.
Dude, I cannot believe the price of freaking that KO game. That's gone over to over $1,000.
KO Flying Squadron for the
Yeah,
CD.
that's freaking insane, dude.
Salamander is a spin-off of Gradius. Or Gradius.
Yes.
I'm going to say Gradius.
I mean, it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be Vic Viper. Like same. There you go. Put on some KO Flying Squadron right now.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm glad that I just.
And Nemesis
somehow
is the
got back
translation
up
title.
with it, but I mean, that's ridiculous if you wanted to buy the original.
But yeah, you hit the nail on the head with that Nemesis connection. That is what that is.
Yeah, is it just localization differences? Is that
I'm pretty sure, but I'm not seeing it specifically.
okay?
Not on the original game. I'm trying to find that right now.
PS3, you can buy the Gradius collection.
Which
and
collection?
On the PS3, it's called Gradius Collection, and it's a PSP game.
Oh, okay, that one. Because there's a 4 and 5 or 3 to 5 one that was on PS2 as well. I'm not sure which ones they ported over to things.
This game is wild.
Which game again?
The KO Flying Squadron.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I understand. Because this is that type of game. You've got those collectors out there who are like, I only play shmups. That's it. Right? You get that kind of person. And to them, like, price is no object.
Yeah, like those are the kind of people
for a really good one, like a magical chase type person.
Musha and
Truxton.
Truxton, thank you.
Yeah.
Obviously know where I'm getting those names from.
Yeah.
Another Gradius is Gradius Gaiden.
I
don't know what. Let me see what that one is. I think that's actually on that Gradius collection too. There's one there on WiiWare. It was a WiiWare Rebirth. Gradius Rebirth.
2008. I'm not seeing much on like the naming structure. Nemesis might be the original name. That wouldn't make sense.
That's weird.
I don't know. Vulcan Venture is an alternate name for Gradius 2 in arcades outside of Japan. Too many names. I might just be too distracted to actually notice the pattern, but I'm just lazy right now.
That's fine. But yeah, I mean, there's examples of that. I mean, that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head is some of the weirdness with that. I mean, you kind of get some with like not Cybernator, Probotector, but that's a Europe versus
version of
States.
Contra, right?
Yes. Yeah, because apparently, if you make the good guys robots, then it's okay.
Yeah.
Or the Hero Turtles thing.
Yeah. Not a localization thing so much, but just more like regional stuff. And of course, I'm pulling out one of the cards I got from Rambox is the with Gundam Endless Duel, Gundam Wing. This is a really good fighting game. But this
I feel like I've seen that before.
Yeah, it's what's the company? I want to say it's Bandai. I want to say Natsume, but that's probably incorrect. I'll look it up. But anyway, that wasn't ported here, nor is it a port of something from here to Japan. But the odd connection is, if you got the Power Rangers fighting game on Super Nintendo, and I think it is Natsume that developed these, is that's an earlier version of the engine, which they then improved and made the Gundam game with. And the Gundam game is a much better version of that. But it's such an odd connection. It's like it was a Power Rangers game, and then it was a Gundam game, and neither of which crossed streams, especially since Power Rangers is based on Super Sentai, which is a Japanese thing. Which that occurred to me as I was starting to say it. That Gundam Wing game holds up better than the actual show it's based on.
Well, that's good.
Or bad if you have nostalgia for Gundam Wing. If you want to see,
I don't know that I've ever watched
Gundam
ever. I mean, I'm just generally an anime rookie or
that's fine.
virgin or whatever you want to call it. But
just not familiar with it all that much.
It just never. I never crossed paths with it, and so it was never something that I put any time into. Like most of my cartoons were the Saturday morning variety or the afternoon variety, like Disney stuff. And
Gundam Wing was the first one in the U.S., I believe, to get translated.
Okay,
but I want to know when that was. Because
there was one that
95.
Okay, there was one that Happy Console Gamer brings up, like he's got this like crazy fondness for.
Macross.
Is that the one?
That was turned into Robotech over here.
Okay.
For season 1 of it. It's a mashup of 3 different anime series. Macross. I don't remember the second one. Or the third one. I had a complete brain fart on that. But yeah, similar to Voltron, it's a combination of 3 different shows translated and mushed together. But
see, I liked Voltron. Like that's I think the one exception is.
Yeah, what was Voltron originally called? Something Go Lion. Beast King. Beast King Go Lion is the original Japanese title for season 1 of Voltron, like the classic Voltron robot. That's what that's from. There was like a vehicle Voltron for the second season, and whatever the third one was, or whichever switch. But like they were based on completely independent shows from each other. But they just wrote this story to connect them together.
Interesting.
Genesis Climber Mospeada is the second one for Macross, Robotech, I mean. And it would be much easier just to look it up, but no one cares but me. I'm just trying to remember stuff. And when was Gundam Wing?
I actually have all the Voltron in the tin set.
Nice. Actually, if you were curious to go watch the original season of Voltron in the original unedited Japanese, it's on Crunchyroll for free.
Huh.
It's much darker.
I was finding some of the whatchamacallit, can't remember what it was, but they had like episodes, but then there was commentary, like before and after.
For which show?
For Voltron. Like it was as Legendary Defender was in its early seasons, they were like, here's some like
the actors or somebody and staff like watching old episodes of Voltron. I remember that. I don't remember where. That was probably a sub-season on Netflix. Like that was probably a special season then.
That could be
Why can I not find when broadcasted on Toonami in 2 versions? March 6, 2000 was when what appears to be when Gundam Wing aired on Cartoon Network. So that may have just been past when you were watching stuff.
I used to watch a little bit of Gundam Wing. I caught it around then, I think, maybe a year after.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it just depends.
It ended up evolving into that, what was the Waltz or whatever?
Endless Waltz was the movie.
Yeah, like it evolved into that. I don't know how far I was in the series, but...
The end. It was the finale.
Yeah.
But if you want to see limited animation other than in the Gundam fights, Go watch that first episode. There's an episode of like the rich kids' school they were at. I'm completely just losing actual words to go along with these things I'm trying to describe. But anyway, the school there, they had like a horse riding class. And you're getting like this pan shot of the students and the horses, and you're hearing like clops and horse noises and everything, but nothing's moving. It's just a pan of a still shot. Like, you're hearing moving horses and not seeing moving horses. That's a scene. But like a lot of talking heads where like only the mouth is moving is all the animation they're doing. They definitely put all the budget into the Gundams. But I didn't mean to get that much into Gundam. It's just that's funny.
Dude, have you ever seen some of these like robot jocks? Have you ever heard of that?
Was that the name of the show?
It was a movie, yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
It basically was like a film style like mech fighting movie.
Mm. What was the one? What was the one with like I think it was Hugh Jackman in it?
Real Steel.
Yeah, yes, Real Steel. I saw that one.
Is that an anime or is that a
No.
robot fighting movie too? Or
It's a robot fighting movie. Yeah,
It's like robot boxing,
yeah,
but
Real-
like with like live handler,
yeah,
like
it's like the Rock'em Sock'em Robots the movie is what people called it at the time. I remember. Just as an aside, for anime stuff, actually, I'll pull this out because I happen to have it on hand, and it's something that people wouldn't necessarily maybe know was anime, but are familiar with is Speed Racer.
oh
Okay.
yeah, oh yeah.
It's a
See, it's funny. I say, oh, I never watched anime, and then like these little threads come out, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember watching a few episodes of that.
yeah, it's fine.
Or
It's
like Aeon Flux. That's a
not
little more
anime, but
US.
anime styled. Yeah,
I like that one, dude. I
Influence.
thought that was a kick-ass show. I got it too.
yeah. If I
I
were to
can't believe
recommend
they haven't
one
redone it. I can't believe they have not came out. Like, what collection do you got? I missed it.
of what
Aeon Flux. Is it the white one with the?
I don't have Aeon Flux. Must have
Mhm.
just mentioned that.
Oh no, I
was showing
just
Speed
brought it up.
Racer.
Oh,
This is the American version. They never ended up releasing the original Japanese on a Blu-ray separately. They did a special edition. Maybe they'll come out with it eventually. This says it includes Japanese on the back, which is false advertising, but pissed me off. Heavily edited though, so that wouldn't have been possible. I would have thought about that if I took 10 seconds. Anyway, before I shut up on the anime thing, unless you guys have questions about something, if I were to recommend one random anime movie that's not like a Ghibli thing for people to watch that like you don't need to be into anime to get it, and there's a decent dub behind it, is Redline. It's like just this awesome like space race movie.
Huh.
And the animation is really high quality because it's when did it come out? 2010 or 2011. Whichever one's the release date of the movie and this packaged edition of it, I don't remember. But I think they spent 7 years on production of it alone, and they changed what the style of it was going to be like 4 years before it came out. But it's all hand-drawn animation. But my kind of reference point stylistically, it's not like in the same like where it's like a bunch of short stories and rotoscoped and all this weirdness. But it kind of feels like a single shot adaptation of a story from heavy metal is kind of the mood of it. Except really high quality animation. And anime end.
I'm trying out some of these Sega CD games that I've got on my Pi.
I will look up what the hell the developer was on Gundam, though, just for my own curiosity before I stop.
While the brain juices are flowing,
Just before ending the anime topic, or anime side rant, which I ended up on by accident. And Yoshi missed it.
they're not they're not side rants. If we wanted to hear it,
Fair enough.
It came up organically.
Yeah.
So what are you checking out, Musty?
NHL 94. And I think there's some, it may just be the ROM. I think there's some of the music's not there.
The
sound effects are there,
but
but
at the top of the page. It is Natsume. Okay, now I can be done. Go ahead with whatever you're saying. Sorry.
I don't know what I was saying. I started coughing.
Dude, I really like the Pat Labor movies too.
Ooh, I still need to see those.
Those are really good.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of the like the TV show version. Well, not TV show, like OVA, which is like direct to video, like short series type thing. There's different versions of Pat Labor that can be found. Probably a lot lighter than the movies. I've heard about this.
I thought of one more thing on that subject.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you why I should be excited about the news about what Netflix is getting early next year.
About this?
Yes?
Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, no. The other one.
Evangelion.
Yes.
I don't know if excited is the right word. That's a weird show. The practicality reason for that, other than it was a revolutionary and popular anime series, is that it's been in licensing hell for 10 years. No one's had the rights to it, and Netflix swooped in and got them. And it's the first time it's been like back available streaming in the US, other than the movies, which Funimation had the rights to, but there's a ton of delays.
So does this open the door for stuff, or is this just? It's
probably one of their biggest power plays in terms of what people are familiar with in the anime fandom. I think, like they did that live action freaking Death Note movie that was terrible, and they get like different anime adaptations and like original versions of stuff. But they've never really gone into like the licensing old properties for nostalgia's sake thing. So Evangelion's probably the first example of that. And then they've got the live action version of Cowboy Bebop they're making, which they may have announced Evangelion first to soften the blow on that one. Because that's been in the live action adaptation of Cowboy Bebop is one of those ones that's been in production hell. Like, we're doing this, we're not doing it, we're doing it, we're not doing it. And anime adaptation into American film has not gone well. If you've ever seen even any clips of Dragon Ball Evolution. But
just the stuff that was in the Game Boy game. Or the GBA game.
Oh, I mean the American movie Dragon Ball Evolution. That was an adaptation. There wasn't a Game Boy game of that. It was a PSP game, though.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
That has the movie cutscenes, right?
Yeah. Woof. That's using the engine from a much better fighting game series, by the way. What's with me and fighting game engines? Why do I know these? I have one. I am sure of it. It might be in my sell pile, but Dragon Ball Z Shin Budokai on PSP. I don't know why that would be in my sell pile. Whatever. Probably because the Budokai games on console are better. Anyway.
But yeah, okay.
The excitement for Evangelion is it's a well-regarded series. well loved, but also very strange and violent and philosophical and just freaking weird in every possible way, but kind of cool. And like there was a situation, but it's like it's a well-regarded show. It hailed as a classic, and it's been in licensing hell for years, and now it's being rescued. That's the long and short of it. The very long and short of it. But what was I getting at? Yeah, like the way that show ended was so confusing that I think they ended up doing a movie to follow up on that, or they were doing the movie anyway. I don't remember, but they followed it up with a movie, and that didn't make the situation any clearer. I'll put it that way.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for talking through that with me, because I was just like this news does nothing for me. Like, why? Like,
yeah,
other than I had known that you've brought it up before, or the words. I've heard the words before.
Yeah, Yoshi's a big fan of it. I like it, but I'm not like obsessed with it.
Gotcha.
God, it's weird though. It's like Guillermo del Toro did do Pacific Rim, but basically picture Pacific Rim, but crossed with something more along the lines of Pan's Labyrinth and Hellboy.
Okay.
In terms of just mindfuck imagery and like you're not sure what's happening and what's real and what's fake. Just weird show. Of course, the actual thing you will hear more often is jokes about the dub. It's like, get in the mech, Shinji. I don't wanna. Like, whiny main character. Stuff. Internet. Anyway. Moving on from that. How long have we been going?
I don't know.
I shall check. 2 hours and some such. I think Eric joined around 7. 7 my time. It's like 9 yours. I think I started like 15 minutes after that, 10. That's 2.5 hours, about.
I am rabbit holing down something right now, so I'm trying to.
I think that's what I just did.
Before I forget, you got to rabbit hole backward and remember it all.
Lost the game.
What other games are you checking out, dude?
I'm just kind of scrolling through what I have on here. Like I was trying the Neo Geo stuff that I have on here, but they're not working.
What are you getting for that Sega CD stuff?
Go again. Let's try some Popful Mail.
I got this horrible. I hear this game's complete garbage, but I got it for a few bucks.
What's that?
You couldn't see the title of it.
The CNC Music Factory.
Yeah.
I heard it's just total garbage, but
I don't think you're wrong. I've got it. I've got it right here. Boom. I may be frozen right now. There you go.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to stream this one, Willie Beamish.
Say the title.
Willie Beamish.
No, I was talking to Musty.
Power Factory.
Oh. Okay.
Featuring CNC Music Factory. Yeah, it's the it was the Make My Video after the Make My Video series kind of died. But it's got Phil Lamar in it.
I think it was the first one.
Is that he's in everything.
In excess of that one was the first one, and then the last one was
This was the last one just because of the packaging.
Oh, it has the old Sega CD logo on it, though. See, I don't have the full.
It does. Yes, it does on the disc, but the packaging that I have for it is the blue label.
Yeah.
Stuff to it.
Huh.
So it's almost like they got rid of the Make My Video brand on it, but it's still ImageSoft. But
Dude,
like,
I
yeah,
noticed a lot of that too. I was looking for a copy of Sewer Shark, and I was seeing some on silver disc with the old logo, and then some with the blue stripe on it.
mm-hmm.
So if you look up like Sewer
Yeah,
Shark, they had different variations of that too.
yeah, my version of Sewer Shark's the blue disc.
Yeah, that's the one I just won on eBay too for like $3.
It's a good time.
$3 with free shipping. I was like, dude, that guy's just paying for the shipping. Just ship it to me.
Just take this off my hands.
Yeah, just ship it to me. You know, dude, I mean, if I had the budget, if I had enough money, I would totally try to do a freaking new age FMV game. It'd be, probably a total flop, but do something sci-fi, it'd be pretty cool.
Well, yeah, have you guys seen what Netflix is doing now with all these like interactive shows?
No.
There was more than one. So
Yeah.
Minecraft thing.
So there's the Minecraft thing, but then there's also like this Stretch Armstrong and the Flex Fighters series.
I didn't know that was interactive.
There is an so the main season is there, but if you go into like there's an after you've watched that, now there's this interactive deal. There's a few others that are like that too, but yeah, Minecraft, it all kind of showed up in the last like 2 weeks. And there's new Minecraft episodes coming out tomorrow, if I remember right. But yeah, they're pretty cool. I kind of enjoyed doing the Minecraft ones with my son who doesn't play Minecraft, but it was like, hey, if you're into this, I'm totally okay with it wasn't too intense or anything. But there's some scary stuff, but so is Minecraft when it's at night.
Creepers.
Yeah.
I know virtually nothing about Minecraft.
But they also have, so Patton Oswalt is one of the protagonists. You can pick between a male or female main protagonist in the show on top of the whole thing. So basically they had to film this. They had to record it at least twice. Every scenario. I don't know if they just took the Telltale stuff and just kind of like drilled it down to just binary decisions, because there's none of it is like nuance in what is being said. It's like, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here, or you're gonna go after this person or that person, or use your sword, or use your bow, like those kind of things.
Like a very simple adventure game, or a young reader choose your own adventure type novel.
Yeah. And I also don't know whether there is a fail criteria, right? Like, I don't know if you can pick a wrong answer. It's just a matter of how you get to the end of that tree. Because that would be weird, right? If you could lose a TV show.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
It'd be like, and that was it, and it's over. I was thinking they're trying to add some replayability into this stuff.
So people might feel like you get a lose criteria if you get to the end of Lost, though.
Well, some people.
Yeah, I certainly watched that. I'm just making jokes. I watched a bit of the season 1 and I liked it, but I know that got weird.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And it was like during the whole writer's strike thing on top of all of that. So
yeah,
that's.
I think one of the situations with that was they had a set number of seasons in mind, and then the studio demanded more, or they didn't know where the ending was exactly going, or if multiple factors like that. It just probably didn't go all that well. Anyway.
Yeah, the weirdest seasons of Lost were framed around the impending writer's strike and then then post writer's strike itself.
Mm. Is that a similar situation to what happened with Walking Dead season 2? Like, is that why in it was the issues with Frank Darabont probably in season 2? Like,
I don't think it was writers. I don't think that was about the writers stuff though.
Yeah, I think it was with like Frank Darabont, the creator of that version of the show.
Mm-hmm.
He was like leaving, or the creative differences and stuff like that, and ended up with season 2 being really drawn out.
Well, because the first season was what, 6 episodes, maybe?
Yeah, but it's more like what they were going for from the comics and how long they took to adapt that thing. Like, they were on a highway for a really long time.
Yeah.
That's when they got to the farm and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that I remember making a joke about it is they turned 3 pages into a full season. Because I think it was like somewhere between 3 to 10 pages of the comic was spent on that highway, and then you move on to the freaking farm.
Mm-hmm.
But it was dude, like, I don't even watch that show anymore.
I phased out.
I'm off and on, but only because of my interest in the comic. I
have like no desire to go back.
I'm halfway through season 8. What's the current one? 9. Either way, whatever the previous
9, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm halfway through season 8. I know what happens in the middle, but I haven't gotten there. They're making so many weird decisions. The double-edged sword of the Walking Dead TV show is it's great because it got a lot of people into the comic. The bad end of it is it's gone so long and so wrong that it's gotten people disinterested in the comic. Like, the show's either bad or mixed, so much so that they think the comic is bad. Which is kind of my feeling on a lot of adaptations. Like, as soon as something gets adapted from its original material into a movie or a TV show, that's like the first result you get on Google, for example. It's like, if you Googled Captain Marvel the day before they announced that they were doing a Captain Marvel movie, you would have gotten the comic. But the day after and thereon onto eternity, it's the movie, some comics, the movie. You know what I mean? So it's like, if the adaptations are bad, the source material gets a bad rap. Like, Fantastic Four is a great example. Like, every single adaptation of that has been terrible, so people don't like the Fantastic Four, even though they've not read a page of it. But like, that's kind of the thing that happened with Walking Dead, is people are so tired of the show that the interest in the comic has just kind of gotten shat upon because of it. I think I'm like 10, 15 issues at most behind on the comic, and it's still good, actually. I think I've only had like a couple moments in the comic itself where I've been a little bit bored, but it's never been bad. It's been consistently good for over 200 issues, which is impressive.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of... I got into... I think I bought like the first 6 books.
The little paperbacks?
Yeah, for The Walking Dead, yeah.
Yeah, did you read them?
Yes, I did, and then I have since let them go. Because I didn't see myself rereading them, and they were like, you know, it'll be a few years before my son's, you know, age appropriate for that.
Yeah, I've mostly gone digital with it now, so I can't do that. But I've got these big bastards.
Oh yeah, well, and that's the thing is, eventually, if I wanted to do that, I would go after it that way.
Yeah, I'm getting echo on you again.
It's not Ryan. He has not unmuted himself.
Oh, I haven't even let him in. Did you let him in?
I let him in. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
I was looking away, so I didn't even know you were here.
Yes, Rocket Sauce. What's up, dude?
Just did my test stream just to make sure. After seeing Musty do it, I figured, I was like, oh shit, that's right. I was going to do that today to myself. So,
I didn't get a notification, damn it.
Pretty well. Later. At first, I was all the settings, everything seemed to be all right, but then I was just I had my tablet open just to see how I was airing on Twitch, and I noticed I wasn't having any microphone settings. I did a little setting futzing around, but everything seems to be ready for Sunday now. So cool. I'm using a work laptop because I figured it's just a lot easier to do that as opposed to it won't work so well on my Mac, and I don't want to haul my desktop around from out of this room into that room. Where this way I could just pop open the laptop and I'm good to go. Everything should be ready. All the settings are saved. Just got to deliver the goods on Sunday. That's all.
I have faith in you, Rocket Sauce.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll do a quick. I know you guys. I was watching every once in a while before I was doing my getting set up and whatnot there too for my test stream there. I got a couple of pickups if you want me to do them real quick.
Sure.
Nothing major, but I got some stuff here. This came in the mail. I bit the bullet, and I was looking for this at PRGE. Got it for about $10 on eBay, free shipping from a local state seller. But I got Konami Crazy Racers with a K. Anyways, the thing about this game, it's like Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo, but it features not every like A-lister for a Konami game. It's more along the line of your like, so the Gray Fox is in this game from Metal Gear, and Dracula from Castlevania, and Goemon. He's kind of an A-lister for Konami, but like it's essentially just, you know, more along the line of not your, I guess, not like a Solid Snake or anything, like not the major headliners, but it's just kind of goofy. It's not bad. So if you like Super Mario Kart and you like Konami games, maybe worth a pickup. I went with my buddy on Sunday. There was a bowling alley that was doing a kind of a comic book convention. It was just, you know, like a bunch of vendors selling their stuff. Didn't buy any comic books, but I bought a couple of things. One guy had a tub saying $2 each. I asked him to do buy two, get one free. And it was like the end of the day, and he kind of agreed to it. And I can do these, and I'll open them after it. But these are backpack clingers, if you will. For, I guess it's not just Ocarina of Time. There's some Wind Waker action on the back here and Twilight Princess on the back. We have to see which one it is. So I bought two of these, and then I bought one of these.
Are they blind boxes then? Those,
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. So I'll open those in a second here. And then this other guy was selling these. I found it on the bottom of his bucket. He actually had like he had like 6 or 7 of these cups. And I saw this before in Comic Book Men, and they bought them up. So it's from 1975. Marvel made a cup for every single one of their characters, and I bought Daredevil because he's one of my favorite. Nice. I mean, him and Spider-Man are like, you know, my top 4. If there was Spidey, I probably would have grabbed it. But yeah, he wanted $5 originally each, and at the end of the day, I said, "Would you do 2?" He said, "Would you do 3?" And I said 3. Okay. But he told me I could take the whole rest of them for $15, and I was like, "No, that's okay. I just want Daredevil." So yeah, I got him, and then I guess on the back here, it's got like a little bit of kind of like a panel or something on the back with Matt Murdock. So a little Daredevil cup for me. And then one of my Black Fridays things came in on yesterday. Actually, arrived from Stone Age Gamer, and I got the N64 EverDrive. So I was testing that out in the stream, seeing how it works. If we're going to use it, gonna look for some fun hacks to see if there's anything fun to play for. I think I've seen that there's some Mario Party hacks, so I might add a couple of those to this thing, and for the fun on Sunday. So yeah, that's it for now. Well, we can actually do the unboxing real quick. So
yeah,
let's do this one. Okay, let's just do this one first. Damn, wait, I need scissors for this one.
Scissors.
No.
ASMR unboxing.
Yeah, as narrated by the Hulk.
All right.
Bag open.
It's like another bag. So I got some stupid, like I got the one thing like I didn't want for this one.
Is it a Deku scrub?
I don't know what the hell this thing is. It's from Minish Cap, though. Yeah, whatever this thing is from Minish Cap.
Hey, listen.
Hardy har har. So yeah, I got this dumb wiener thing, and let's check this one out.
Dude, that's some weird translation of that noise coming through.
I got a Wind Waker Zelda.
Nice.
Wow, we need a link here. I don't know. We need it from a good Zelda game. Just kidding. Wind Waker's good. I want Ocarina or something here.
What would be Skyward Sword?
No, luckily that's not on the box here. The bag. All right, here we go. The one I wanted.
Ocarina Link.
Ocarina Link.
Nice.
The hero of time. Worth it.
That's the adult version of him, though, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Because Link's a man.
Yeah, that's what he manned up and went in the future.
You got to get kid version.
He said, no, he's Kid Zelda or Kid Link is not on the back of this one for Ocarina. It's just got Ganondorf, Zelda, and Link for all three. If you can see it for all three. But yeah. All right. Well, this was worth it then.
Yeah. You only got one that was kind of a wash.
Yeah.
Pretty good odds for blind bag.
Yeah.
I'll show you the one comic pickup I got, because you might have interest in it, is the Silver Surfer Omnibus.
I think it's thick.
Yeah, it's awesome. The entire Dan Slott and Mike and Laura all read.
When was that? When was the years for that one?
2014 is issues 1 through 15 of that, and then Secret Wars happened, so it was the 2016 series 1 through 14.
All right.
So it ended in 2017, I think. Oh wait, this is really good. In the US, I think you can get it for this book for $55 on Amazon, which is really worth it.
Knock someone out with that thing.
Probably. This is actually one of the lighter omnibuses I have. Actually, I can compare that with
Are omnibuses normally like $50 or something there too?
Here or just in general?
In general.
No, but you can get discounts, like substantial discounts. I think the full price US on that is $75. So you get $55.
I think I was talking, and this was just in general, with the guy I buy my comic books from, and he was telling me like, because I was just generally asking him about the Walking Dead one.
This is my biggest one.
That's pretty thick too.
Which, let's compare that to, this is really hard to hold with one hand. Let's add more weight. Compare that to the Silver Surfer. God, that sucks. It's 52 issues. New 52. God. I like the smaller ones a little bit. Just they're easier to read and they are cheaper, so get a good amount of content for a low price. Ish.
Yeah, I was talking with my comic book guy about it because I was asking about, I was like, did The Walking Dead ever help bump your like traffic to your store? And he told me no. He said mostly even movies really don't do that for him either. He said you might get like a bump for a week, but generally you don't get much traffic after that. And even if it's not that much. I was asking him about it. He goes, no, because most of the time, like I guess like Costco here in the States was selling the omnibuses for like Walking Dead for like $30 a piece or something like that. And he goes, even I can't buy them at $30 a piece. So he's like, it's cheaper for me to go to Costco, buy them, and then sell them in my store basically, and then it would be for me to buy from like Diamond, you know.
They do omnibuses for Walking Dead though. I think I know what he means though.
Yeah, well maybe that.
Just deluxe hardcovers.
Yeah.
They also did absolute editions, which are the ones that are like $100 or so. They have the slipcover, but you can get regular hardcovers for much cheaper than that. And then the compendiums are way cheaper than that.
I was talking with him about that because I was like, because he doesn't have that big of a book section, if you will, with your trade paperbacks and you know, any hardcover books. He's got a section which is not very big, and he said he can order it, but he does most of his money through books, and he's from the belief that I guess comic book stores now, from his opinion, are like more along the line of like everything stores, and he's just like a straight up old school comic book store.
Yeah, it's like you got your comics for the people that care, and then you've got Funkos for everyone else.
Yeah. So I mean, but that's what he
Funkos.
makes his money off of, is basically his, So I can't blame him for that. If I ever wanted to order a book, though, I can go through them and just wait till next Wednesday and it'll be there.
Yeah. But you can get substantial discounts on the bigger hardcovers on Amazon. I had all the paperbacks for Silver Surfer, so if that was something you were interested in, those are available.
I would have to check them out first because I'm not familiar with their run yet.
Yeah, go on Marvel Unlimited, start the 2014 series. It's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
The art is relatively an acquired taste. I think it's good, but like there are some people that just don't like it because it's kind of pop art-ish. It's like it's kind of storybooky looking. Like here's him like reviving a small sun and stuff like that. There's like a picture with Rocket on the back.
And Groot.
Yeah, there's Groot. Yeah, I didn't see that in the corner. I'm grabbing the paperback because it's right there and it's much lighter. Trying to find something a little bit more fantastical looking. Of course, I turned to like the most plain section of the entire book. The gutter loss is a little bit of a thing here, but at the bottom you've got like the Hulk and Doctor Strange fighting some kind of tentacle thing. There's much better stuff to show. I'm just not finding it right now. Find something with the friggin' Never Queen for like crying out loud. And Eternity. Shock of shocks, Silver Surfer stuff gets pretty cosmic. It's kind of like Doctor Who-ish in terms of like he finds a companion and they go on adventures. It's a good series though. Anyway. Yeah, try it on Unlimited.
Sure.
Issue 11 might be an issue because it's a Mobius strip and they didn't digitize it properly.
Mobius.
Yeah, it's just kind of like it runs in a strip in like two different directions. You have to kind of flip the book and stuff like that. It was an experimental issue. It takes longer because they print it in a single strip and you have to kind of go back and forward. For the digital one, they messed that up. But anyway. It's going to be fun flipping that around for a hardcover now that I think about it. It's only one issue, though.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, other stuff.
I just watched the Tom Cruise message about video interpolation. Did you see this?
Yeah, the motion blur. Yeah.
Have you guys ever been to like somebody's house and changed it on him? Like gone in and turned it off?
Yes, I had that with
Parents.
my dad.
Yeah, parents. Have
Yeah, because I was watching. I don't remember what movie I was watching with my dad, but he had like just gotten an HD TV at the time, and I think so. Anyway, we were watching it, and I was like, Jesus, what's with the freaking motion on this? It looks like a soap opera. And I went right there with the soap opera effect.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm like, I'm going to turn that off. And I'm like, okay, I can actually watch this movie now. He was like, okay, I don't see no difference.
I think I watched Guardians 2 that way at my sister's house. And then then on the way home, I'm like, I was talking to my wife about how just like it hurts my face to watch things that way.
Yeah.
And then,
not good.
So the last time I was there, when they were all preoccupied, I quickly rifled through the menus and shut it off. And they haven't said anything about it, so maybe maybe all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, this looks better,"
or they just didn't notice,
or they really haven't noticed, and they aren't the movie buffs that they claim to be.
I don't see how you can not notice that though. It's so freaking plain.
Well, it's just weird, like because like sections of the image will shift at different times. Like it's so weird.
Ugh.
It was neat the first time I saw it, and then after like a half hour, I was like, all right, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was done with that after half a minute.
Well, I mean, they say that it's good for like sport. That it's good for like if you're watching lots of hockey or something,
like a live event that's supposed to be like real life speed, ish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like real motion versus like the 24 frames, whatever the hell movies are, where it's kind of like they're timing it different.
Yeah.
Which is why the whatever that freaking
what
was the frame rate?
The first Hobbit movie.
Yeah, that. What were they doing with that?
48.
Oh,
they were doing double frame rate, and so it was looking like
it looked like cheap sets.
Yeah, or I mean, like it was almost like you were getting too much realism to the point where it made things look artificial. Like you could almost see like seams on like hair pieces and stuff like that.
Yeah, because
of it. And don't get me wrong, I love a good high definition image, but I don't need.
Yeah.
Like if I'm watching something on my phone, like 60 frames is great when that's achievable, but but for the most part, standard output on both TVs and PC monitors is perfectly fine with me.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends on what you're trying to show, but it does not work for movies whatsoever.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like if you're trying to show a 60 frame per second gameplay of something on YouTube, the 60 frame per second.
The smoothness on that, the smoothness on that kind of stuff is awesome. Like,
I don't know why, but I like it for Transformer reviews. I don't know why that's a difference for me, but it is.
You get to see every minor degree of change in like moving a leg.
Yeah, it's not so much that, but it's like the quality of the video, it comes off better, I think.
Sure.
You get a
better feel of you get a better feel of what you'd be holding and working with. Yeah. Should do. Did you see the I feel like I'm that one SNL character. Did you hear about this guy?
It looked back and forth.
Anthony Crispino, I think that's his name.
Uncle, isn't it Uncle?
So I'm talking to this guy, and no, they released the highest earning YouTubers. Did you see who number one was?
No.
Some 7-year-old kid.
It's hilarious.
Made $22 million this year.
Holy.
Yeah.
Wonder if he knows that.
I think he does. He has a toy line. Like on top of all of this, like
that seems like a thing a 7-year-old would do with that money.
Yeah, but like he has his own like brand name stuff. Yeah, I don't know. His most popular video has 1.6 billion views. Like it's insane. And now we will get all the copycats.
Yeah, PewDiePie finds that and just goes, "My God."
He's not even in the top 10, I don't think.
What's
Victory?
What's with this crap now? It seems like all these popular YouTubers are like, subscribe to PewDiePie now for your own good or something like that. I've been seeing it being posted on Twitter and people have been like liking it and everything. I don't know if it's a joke or if it's just like something for him to prove like a point or something to YouTube. And I'm like, I just don't care. And I'm like,
who cares?
I'm sorry I don't make $7 million a year doing YouTube. And because, you've been affected by it, tough,
Yeah, don't make $7 million yelling at Shrek.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, I think I don't watch. Yeah, I do not watch any of these top 10 people at all.
Yeah, I don't even care.
Forbes did an article, and of course, the Paul brothers both have their own entry.
Yeah,
PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye.
Well, that's the stuff.
Vanoss Gaming. I don't know who that is. Markiplier.
That's all the stuff that comes up. Like you might like this,
Oh Oh yeah, it's the stuff that they want to push because
Revenue.
I don't know.
So if you walk away from your computer and you had YouTube on, it's gonna kick on eventually. And
Eventually, it flips over there. Yeah.
Yeah, if you leave autoplay on, eventually you'll get there. Anyway, I'll be right back.
I'm checking out this list too. I haven't heard of any of these people.
I mean, I've heard some of the names, but it's just like this isn't exactly the message you want. This is like when the news got out that Ninja made, 6 figures a year doing Twitch.
Okay, I've heard of Dude Perfect because they're the guys who always do the basketball shots. I've heard of them, and they play those. They play those if you go to a sporting event now. I mean, they've been doing that for years now. If you go to like a Bucks game or a Brewer game, I know they did stuff with like Aaron Rodgers too. Like if I've seen it at a Packer game. So every stadium brings them.
But they're
in,
like an actual like group, like they're a professional group, not just a guy or But yeah, this kid.
He's one of those kids who just plays with toys.
He reviews toys.
Yeah, I remember like 2 years ago, my buddy Adam was telling me his like 5-year-old daughter, like all she does throughout the day. And I remember one of my bosses a couple of years ago was telling me that all her 2 daughters do is watch with a tablet for hours, just watch kids play with toys and like unboxing of toys and playing with toys. That's all they do. Kids love doing that stuff. Not themselves playing with toys, just watching other people play with toys.
Yeah, there's some fascination with. Well, I mean, we see it in games, right? Like those VGM unboxings are popular to some subset of retro collectors, but it's just wild that I don't know. Like, do you get the feel? Like, do you as a viewer get the feel that like, oh, this is like me opening that toy? Is it like that? Are you like visualizing? Like, is that what's going on here?
The only time I ever like for like I guess in relation to video games is I would just feel like most of the time I just want to see if it's something I'm interested in personally. I don't really watch unboxing videos ever unless I'm just generally curious what the set pieces that come with like a collector's edition, what they look like if it's not cheap,
Yeah.
Not to pick on Fallout or anything, but like I would, if I was interested in, I would want to see what everything would looking because $200 is quite a big, pill to swallow for a game,
Yeah.
So
well, like you had that Holy Diver one, right? Like Travis did an unboxing of the Holy Diver thing, and Jake did the Persona 5 one last year or early 2018, right? 2017. Those are interesting because it's like right now it's like if I saw that God of War one at a sub $60 price tag, I might go get it. Like that statue looks really cool now, and part of me is like, oh, I kind of regret not picking it up.
Yeah, Brad.
At the time, but
Brad found it there was one local store around here, actually the one by your sister's house, the GameStop there. They actually had 2 in stock for that collector's edition.
Yeah,
for when it dropped down to $60 or something.
I think it's 60 right now.
Yeah,
but I just
GameStop.
That's one of those ones where I feel like just like with the Wolfenstein one. Like it'll dip. Like it'll get down to $35 or something, and then
the difference between that one and the Wolfenstein one is I see like the Wolfenstein one at Best Buy, Amazon, GameStop. I haven't seen that God of War one everywhere. I've only seen it really kind of at GameStop, and I haven't seen it recently ever since hearing about it going down to $60. So I can't. It's sold out, I think, on BestBuy.com, and I think they have if not, it's listed as 110. I think on there when I was looking the other day. But
yeah, right now the collectors, not the stonemason one, but the collector one. What's the difference there? Amazon has it for $95. What's in the Stonemasons edition? What's this?
Started playing Lightning Force again, and that was a mistake.
It's a ring.
Looks like GameStop's got a bunch of games on sale, but nothing of interest.
Yeah, that's too bad. But yeah, I'll keep my eye open on that if I see it get down to 60, because I need to pick the game up again anyways. Because I did the thing where once I finished it, I got my value.
Well,
into
yeah,
something else.
and if you're gonna buy it again, these aren't like Nintendo hard games. Basically, when PlayStation, this is one of their, no, I don't think this one's getting story or DLC. So I don't think you're gonna worry about. I think
that was some of my thought at first was that
because what's the name? Corey, is it Balrog is his name or something like that?
Balrog.
Balrog. He came on and said, I think they're only getting you're only getting a new game plus mode or a super hard mode. There won't be any more story DLC. And I think it's just because he spent, I think, 8 years working on the game, and he's just like, I'm done. He's like, I'll work over about the next game. I'm not squeezing any more juice out of this. There's a lot in that game. I gave my life for this game.
And any of that juice can go toward the next one. Yeah. It should go toward the next game. Yeah.
And I mentioned in the Discord, I won't spoil it for anyone, but I did not know there was a post-credit scene until my buddy pointed it out to me when we went out for dinner a couple weeks ago, and he was telling me, he's like, oh, did you see? He goes, yeah, and that happened. I'm like, what? And he goes, oh, yeah, it happens after the credits. I'm like, well, I watched after the whole credits, and I didn't see it. And then I think Josh pointed out to me you had to go back to your house to see it.
I haven't done that either, so don't tell me what happens.
Okay.
Not much, but it is cool.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, it's a teaser for the next game, basically. So
really,
What's up?
It's kind of a teaser for the next game. Well, it is, but it's not like a trailer or something. It is.
It's like your Marvel blips at the end of a Marvel.
Sure.
So
it is literally a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
But you have to go home first.
So it's like you have to go all the way back to the house, which
you have to go.
It's not like you quickly just okay, we're home now.
Well, the thing is, I beat the game.
You have to go to sleep.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I beat the game, and I wasn't gonna go all the way back. Basically, it's just like after the credits, you can continue to play the game. So I was just like, okay, well, I'm done for tonight. I'm gonna go to bed because I think I beat it, and I was like, whatever, it's like 12 o'clock or something like that, at 12 in the morning. And I was just like, all right, well, I'm gonna go to bed now. So I didn't think anything of it. And then he told me, he goes, oh no, he was 100% right. I looked it up online, and I was like, that was cool. So
yeah.
I still have my copy. I just, just wanted to check it out.
Yeah, I don't know the next time I'll play through it.
Just go to YouTube and look up God of War post-credit scene. You'll see it.
Yeah, it's not something you really have to worry about having to do in-game. But when you do get the game again, just go home on your save file, get it done, and then continue on. That's all you have to do.
Okay.
God, I'm bad at this game. Quit.
All right. Oh, Ryan, thoughts on Captain Marvel?
Looks fine.
It's good.
I'm gonna see it, day one, so I trust Marvel. The only thing about it is it's just like I think it's also really hard to top the second Infinity War trailer, where that was to me the most hyped trailer ever. And I think I can't remember any other Marvel trailer getting me that hyped. So I think that set the bar, and everything else is gonna look bad going forward. I'm not saying it looks bad because, like I said, it looks good. Yeah. It just doesn't get the hype up as much. But like I said, I'm gonna see it regardless because my girl Brie Larson's in that movie. So
I find it hilarious that they went right for the old lady in answering that question at the beginning.
I feel like they had to. I mean,
but it's also funny.
Yeah. And I guess they announced it got delayed till Friday, the Avengers trailer, the new Avengers trailer.
Are any of these official announcements as far as that goes?
It was supposed to be, from my understanding, it was supposed to be tomorrow, and then they said it's getting delayed. And then I guess the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer is supposed to debut at the Brazil Comic Con, which is it this weekend? Because I know they're supposed to knock it out Saturday the 8th. Yeah, so yeah, they were talking about how it's gonna be all 3 this week basically. At first, I didn't believe it. I was like, because that one's coming out in June, I believe, or July. I think it comes out July. But they said it's just gonna be a teaser, I think, for that one. While Avengers will be a real trailer. So my guess is that the brothers, or the Russo brothers, were gonna debut it yesterday or tomorrow today on Good Morning America. Something must not happen correctly, or there must be some kind of strategic planning on Marvel's part where they're gonna just air it Friday.
Maybe they wanted to give Captain Marvel a little more time to breathe before.
Maybe because it's only a day to breathe, But my initial thoughts, because they're going to be at the Video Game Awards. So my impression of what I thought was going to happen was they were going to air it tomorrow or today, and then tomorrow on the Video Game Awards they'd be like, how'd you like that Avengers trailer? How would you like another one, but for the video game? If they're going to be there, I figured, and I think that's going to finally air. They've been working on it for a few years now. We're going to finally get, yeah. And then whatever. But now,
to let us know it's still coming.
Yeah. And now I get the funny feeling tomorrow they're going to say, here's the Avengers trailer, and tune in tomorrow to see the real trailer for Avengers.
Yeah, do like a teaser.
So get more hype going up for it. So
I think Greg Miller's theory was that I don't know if he was half joking, but this is the thing that they could do with the Russo brothers going to the Game Awards, and they like Fortnite. And you can watch the Avengers trailer at the drive-in in Fortnite or something.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, I don't think so either. But I thought that was a funny / clever little thing. It would be funny if they did that. Watch it first there.
So somebody just goes in and just wipes people watching the trailer.
Yeah, it's and hope people will not just kill you while you're trying to watch the trailer. I thought that was funny. That's why I mentioned it.
All right, guys, I'm gonna jump out of here.
All right.
Catch you later.
See you, Cody.
See ya.
One minor callback to when we were talking about adaptations and crap, and anime stuff briefly. I just pulled this off the shelf because it's amusing to me. This was the Batman manga from when the Adam West show was going.
Batmanga.
Yeah, and it's totally that era of Batman stuff. Let's find a random page. Something kind of relative. There we go. A little bit of action going on, but just totally 60s manga Batman stuff. It's interesting. They released 3 volumes of it. I have all of them. But that was just an amusing little aside.
I just thought of something with the camera.
Yeah?
I'm running it through a USB 2.0 port. Maybe I should put it on a 3.0 port.
Hey, there's your wall.
Huh?
There's your wall. But I see a chair. I don't see you.
Oh, no, it was choppy.
Oh.
I'm just seeing black screen and everything.
Oh, there's an arm.
Yeah. Did you change the port?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
But let me try that.
Which is why we're just seeing the wall and black screen alternately.
All in all. Hold on a second. Now I need to blindly plug this in. That's blue one.
See the wall again. We've got motion.
Is that okay? Well, there's a solution.
Yeah, it's functioning perfectly now.
Aha! Troubleshooting.
Yeah, at least it happened at the end of the hangout, not the beginning.
All right, well, I'm gonna close that help desk ticket now. Then
That's right. Makes me want to almost plug in my, because I got these 6-foot extension deals, so that I could be over here for when I'm actually playing. But yeah, I was just plugging them into the USB ports on the front, and all of those are 2.0, and so it's like, hold on a second, because these are 3.0 extensions. Because they got the blue internals in there. Good. Well, then I don't have to move the camera quite as far. That might actually help, because it was looking kind of choppy on the my test stream as well. So maybe that.
Yeah, that'll probably.
Maybe I just killed a whole flock of birds in the process.
But
2 birds, 1 stone.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Okay.
I realized what I said, and now it's like, wait a minute, that's gonna sound like. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, do we want to call it, or?
I should probably get to bed.
Yeah. Later for you guys than it is for me, and it's still like 10:30 here almost.
that's fine.
Okay. But yeah. Good. Well, I'm glad we figured that out. But yeah. No, Friday should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the whole weekend. As much of the weekend as I can.
I'm sure Derek and James are just wanting it to be over with, and hopefully that runs smoothly.
Yeah, actually, since that's going to be a whole weekend thing, do we think there's interest in maybe moving the hangout to Wednesday next week, just so people get another day kind of in between abreast?
How about we play it by ear?
It wouldn't be.
I would just play it by ear, because like we're done early evening on Sunday. So I mean, it's really not different than most normal weekends. It's just
it's a lot of production.
It is.
Like making sure everything's running.
Yeah, Ryan gets to wait till all the way at the end, and I get to get my stuff out of the way right at the beginning. So
yeah, I just figured I'd ask.
Yeah, I mean, I think from our standpoints, I don't think it's a huge deal. It's not like either of us is
doing it for the whole weekend.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
But if we get the vibe that pushing it back a day or two is necessary, we can do that. The longer that we wait, though, the longer we'll have until we can talk about Game Awards stuff.
Yeah.
In non-text form.
Yeah. And you guys can just let me know if you think that it needs to be pushed up.
Okay.
If I don't hear anything, I'll just do it on Tuesday as usual.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be fine. I decided to bring it up as an option.
No. It's a good thing to consider, for sure.
Yeah.
I know there was a ton of like post burnout last time.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna call it now.
All right.
Okay.
See you guys later.
Yeah, see everyone next week.